broadcast team bring you all the action live from Target Center. Plus, check out enhanced coverage online at KMSB.com, including live streaming video. The Minnesota State Boys High School Hockey Tournament on UPN 9. The puck drops here right now.
Oftentimes, the sport's most exciting games are en route to the championship, and you can make an argument for that in the 2000 Boys State High School Hockey Tournament, because on semifinal Friday, we've already had a couple of great games in the A bracket, and you know the tradition of AA semifinal Friday night. Some great games that have gone down to the wire in previous years. We welcome you back to the Target Center in downtown Minneapolis. I'm Jeff Grayson at ice level. We think we have a fantastic doubleheader for you. Our first game is Duluth East against Edina. The Greyhounds are looking for their third championship in 5 years. They last won in '98. Edina won in 1997. And then the doubleheader game, Hastings against Blaine. It's a rematch of last year's quarterfinal where Dan Welch scored with under a second left. And don't think Blaine hasn't remembered that one. So there will be revenge as a motive in that one. They're in the semis. As I bring in Vanessa Hughes, we talk about Duluth East and Edina. They're a couple hours apart, but they know each other pretty well, don't they?
Yes, they do. They played twice during the month of December. Duluth East won both those games, 6-1 and 6-3. But that was 2.5 months ago, so we'll likely see two much improved and pretty different teams here in the middle of March.
Indeed, Duluth East head coach Mike Randolph, he always cuts to the chase. He says, we're playing the most improved team in the state, and he expects them to be physical. But he also says, coaching this Young Hounds team has been a lot of fun. And now let's cut to the chase by going to our game announcers. We've had some great Friday nights with them here in the tournament. Here are Wally Shaver and Lou Nanny.
Thank you very much, Jeff. We do love overtime on Friday nights. You know, don't let those 7 losses that the Edina Hornets have fool you. A lot of those, Lou, came in the first half of the year. Vastly improved team in the second half. But the Duluth Greyhounds went as an independent this year, and they played every tough team in the state.
Well, Coach Randolph wanted to get a tough schedule, and he's got a very young team, so he felt that that would grow them quicker. Edina, as Vanessa pointed out, has probably been the most improved team in the state since Christmas, so it should be an exciting encounter here tonight.
We'll see some good young talent, but first of all, for the Edina Hornets, keep your, for Duluth East, keep your eyes on Nick Licari.
Well, he's a sophomore, but he's the highest scoring sophomore on the team, the highest scoring goal scorer on the team, and he plays on an all-sophomore line. This team is led by these youngsters, and he is one of the keys here tonight for Duluth East.
Edina's coach, Kurt Giles, says his most skilled and fastest player is Bo Kretzman.
I like the looks of this player. He's got a great perception. He's got a good feel for the ice. He knows where everybody is. He makes good plays. He made a great play to Eastman to get the winning goal against Hill Murray, and he's always been a factor every time he's out in the ice. He is definitely the offensive leader for the Edina Hornets.
Two well-matched teams ready to go at it for a semifinal action here at Target Center. We'll be back to meet the starters of tonight's game in just a moment.
If you're looking for horsepower, look at Chevy Silverado. Because Silverado has the most powerful V8 of any 4x4 pickup. More powerful than Dodge. More powerful than Ford. 300 horsepower. That's why it's the truck. Silverado from Chevy.
U.S. Bank makes getting a home equity loan fast and simple. Qualifying by phone takes as little as 10 minutes. There are no closing costs, fees, or points, and you'll like the low rates and low monthly payments. A home equity loan from U.S. Bank. It's a wonderful tool for saving time and saving money. Call and apply now.
Now there's a place to get pizza made the way you'd make it if you could, with the same tomato sauce used in fine Italian restaurants. Sauce made from fresh-cooked, vine-ripened tomatoes. And that's only one reason why Papa John's is now the fastest-growing pizza company in America. Call and we'll deliver all the delicious reasons right to your door. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Now, get a large one-topping pizza for just $6.99. Call 651-688-PAPA.
It's the time-saving, money-saving, sanity-saving book. It's the Smart Pages. Everything from A to Z is right here for you to see. You're going to think it's smart naturally. It's the time-saving, money-saving, sanity-saving book. It's the Smart Pages.
Edina defeated Hill Murray 2-1 in 2 overtimes last night to reach the semifinal game, while Duluth East defeated the defending state champion Roseau Rams 4-1 to make it to tonight. Let's now go downstairs and join Dick Stanford and meet tonight's starters.
Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Target Center for the Class AA semifinals of the 2000 State High School Hockey Tournament. This game matches the champions of Section 7AA with a record of 20-4, the Greyhounds from Duluth East. And the champions of Section 6AA with a record of 19-7, the Edina Hornets. Let's begin our introductions by meeting the cheerleaders from the respective schools. First, let's meet the East cheerleaders. Kelly Buren, Pam Edstrom, Deanna Fontaine, Megan Lovato, Katie Sipple, Angie Soderberg, and Captain Amy DeSanto. And now let's meet the Edina cheerleaders. Carrie Hansen, Heather Coase, Katie Eckenberg, Emily McLean, Katie Haymaker, Liz Strawbridge, Alex Nelson, Tiana Clark, and mascot Mike Donfrancesco. And now, here are your starting lineups. In goal for East, number 34, Dan Haney. At defense, number 20, Weston Tardy. And number 28, Tom Sawatsky. At center, number 10, Zach Burns. His wings, number 27, Nick Lecari. And number 31, Ross Carlson. Head coach Mike Randolph, assistant Larry Traxel, and the Duluth East Greyhounds. Starting in goal for Edina, number 23, Chris Capson. At defense, number 3, Chris Gerke. And number 4, Will Wetterlin. At center, number 8, Dustin Heigl. His wings, number 15, Bob Anderson. And number 17, Scott Strand. Head coach Kurt Giles and assistant Dick Blueston, the Edina Hornets. Your officials for this first semifinal game of the evening, the referees are Earl Anderson and Ron Story. And the linesman is C.J. Berline. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to please rise and honor America as the Edina High School Band, directed by Dr. Robert Oren, leads us in the Star-Spangled Banner.
games on our semifinal schedule tonight. Duluth East and Edina coming at you. Hastings and Blaine a little bit later on. And this should be a dandy game. What do you expect out of this one to start things off, Lou?
Well, talking to the coaches before the game, Mike Randolph, the coach of Duluth East, expects a physical Edina team. And so he's going to use, he said, even 4 lines because he needs to use his speed and be fresh to win the game. At the same time, watching Edina play and watching the way they develop, and from what I understand, they're checking so much better. I would expect them to try and really keep it close. You know, they had 6 goals scored against them in the 2 previous games. I think now the key person for Edina tonight will be goaltender Chris Capson, because he'll be tested. And he came on halfway through the season to play in the nets and has done an outstanding job. As you look at Coach Kurt Giles behind the bench, who feels real confident about the way his team's playing right now.
And not bad for a first-year coach to get into the state semifinals after coaching the Bantams for 6 years in Edina. Looking forward to this. He had a long NHL career. Duluth East down at the other end. Dana Haney will be in the net. There's a big circle of players out in front of him. We can pull out on that camera shot a little bit. It's a rather unique formation.
Looks like they're looking for somebody's contact. Not sure, but Haney's been real good in the nets, and Mike Randolph says he's been the backbone of this hockey club. As you know, Randolph has got really a very young team. 8 sophomores, 1 freshman, only 4 seniors. Yeah. Edina's young as well, but not nearly as young as we look at that Duluth team. Edina's got 8 seniors, or 8 sophomores, or 6 sophomores and 8 seniors. So Duluth East, even though they're young and have all those sophomores, they have played a tough schedule, as you pointed out, and have matured very quickly and are poised to go on. Randolph seemed very confident in his team before this game tonight.
Zach Burns for Duluth East up against number 8. Dustin Heigl of Edina for the opening faceoff. Duluth East controlling it. This is Schwatzky getting the puck out to center ice, taking the pass now as Burns entering the Edina zone. He spun around and off the puck, but carries in after it. Flips it out in front, and Heigl is there. He's in pop. There's a shot from a sharp angle by Licari just wide. Now another try by Burns, deflected off by the goalkeeper, Captain to the wall, and the Edina Hornets cleared out of the zone.
You can see the quickness in Duluth. They get to the puck very, very rapidly, and Edina is putting pressure on Duluth every opportunity they get. But one thing they're going to have to do is be effective, like Warroad and International Falls that we watched this afternoon. In the single A game, had more body checking than we've seen in a long time in any game. Every time one of those men went to the opposition to the puck area, he made contact. That's going to have to be a plan that Edina uses tonight to slow down this very, very quick Duluth team. When they go to a man, they've got to eliminate him, make contact, wear him down.
A little conference of officials and the Edina players down in the neutral ice area. I don't know if there was some question about where the face-off should be.
That's right. But they've got it worked out, and it looks like it's going to be right outside Duluth East blue line. And we got a penalty, actually. It's going to be a penalty call for Edina, putting Duluth on a power play.
Too many men on the ice.
Exactly. And this is going to be a big opportunity for Duluth early in the game. 14 minutes coming up here shortly. Only 1 minute in the first period. They get an opportunity to go into power play and show what kind of power play they've got to us.
Very early in the game, Duluth East Greyhounds scored 24 power play goals on the year. And they have the power play going right now. Schwatzky at the point, getting it over to Kolar. Now over to 21. Allen, there's his shot going just wide. Schwatzky will get it again. Feeds Kolar, trying to cut in. There's a shot from the point. That going just wide off of Tom Allen's stick. Allen pinching up to try to get control of it, but Edina's Ryman makes an attempt to clear it, but unable to do so.
Move it back.
Allen for East in the dark-clad jerseys. They roll it down low. Number 12 is Andy Letourneau trying to play it back to the point. He does. Allen back to Letourneau, moving, and he shoots. And Captain, a really good glove save.
Well, that's the key for Edina. They need that kind of goaltending, because that was a beautiful play. An excellent pass by Stelmaker. Watch this. Allen to Stelmaker across to Letourneau, and he lets fly with a good wrist shot, labeled for the upper corner, even though Capson was going down. He reached up, made the save, keeps this game scoreless.
Burns pulls the face-off back, trying to get it to Licari. Now they go over to the other point for Weston Tardy. Tardy back down low to Burns. To Tardy on the point. Tardy lines and fires. That goes wide. Edina slapping at it. Not able to clear the zone. Where is the puck? Finally, a second effort does, and a shot down ice by number 17, Scott Strand.
Duluth has been moving that puck around pretty well in the power play. They've had a few shots. One time when they missed the net, that cost them the zone. They've got to make sure when they shoot those pucks from far out, they've got to put that puck on the net. Anytime you're shooting from the blue line, especially in the power play, the most important thing to do is hit the net, because everybody's going towards the net. If you miss the net, that puck usually goes all around the boards, and the opposition might have a man there, as Edina did there, to get it down, or it might just come out on its own. The most important thing, it's not how hard you shoot, it's how accurate you shoot when you're shooting from the blue line.
Zach Burns wins another faceoff. Back to Stelmaker, number 19 at the point. Burns goes in behind the goal. Half a minute left in the power play. Licari to Burns. Burns all tied up by number 3, Chris Gierke. And the Hornets clear the zone.
And he got a nice little carom off the boards there. Carom wildly out to center, and so that got the puck all the way out the zone. Normally it would have come close to the defenseman at the right point.
Edina resumes full strength. Stepping out of the box is Steve Eastman, who served that minor penalty. Eastman then pounds it along the boards out to neutral. Shot right back in by Eric Johnson. One of 2 Johnsons on this team for Duluth East. Here comes Edina with their first rush up ice in the game. Bo Kretzman going in deep. He'll circle the wagons, trying to feed it back to the point, but he's checked off the play by Seth Amadio. East trying to clear it out. It does bounce back into neutral ice. Atherton of Edina broke it up. He'll step up on the play once again. Atherton right out to center, just a little bit out of the reach of Kretzman. Now Kretzman does pick it back up to Cornelius. He snaps it on goal. The puck is still loose. Where is it? Moves back in behind the net and lands on the twine in back of the cage. No score. There's been some chances at both ends. We'll return to Target Center.
By leasing, it'll give you a lower payment.
I don't know. A pickup?
Julie, that's a really low payment.
How about a test drive?
I'm driving.
Check out the 2000 Ford Ranger with switch-on-the-fly 4-wheel drive, easy 4-door access, V6 power, and a lease payment of just $139 a month.
We'll take that one.
Test drive a Ranger at your Northland Ford store.
The offensive leader of Edina, Kretzman, going wide, lays that puck back to Cornelius, who puts a shot on net, and Eastman falling in for the rebound, couldn't quite put it away. Duluth East, however, has really got their legs moving, Wally. One thing Edina is going to have to do, and be careful if they want to stay in this hockey game, is not gamble at the blue line. They've taken a couple of gambles, they got away with it, but if you've seen War Road and International Falls today, one of the things neither of those clubs did was gamble at that blue line.
Right.
They stayed balanced all day long, and Edina's got to make certain they don't get caught with odd man rushes with the speed of Duluth if they're going to make this a close game.
Marmon for Duluth East came in with a try. Hornets will flip it. I think that bounced off somebody's head up into the crowd.
If I were Mike Randolph, I would want to get this game somewhat wide open and a speed game. They've got great speed up front with this hockey club. He feels really confident about his scoring balance, even though he's got a young forward trio. He's only got 3 seniors up there in the forward line. He feels confident in their ability to put that puck away because of their quickness and puck handling ability.
Off the draw, Sternberg for Duluth East, losing out. Edina's long pass up ice goes beyond everybody. This will be an icing call against the Hornets.
And those kind of passes are things that Edina's going to have to be a little leery of. You can't pass them up the middle and try a long lead pass in the middle with the hockey club that Duluth East has. You've got to make the short passes. Keep coming with that puck. Look for someone open close to you. If you don't have it, then you can dump it out. But watch the cross-ice passes in your own zone against a quick team like Duluth, and especially watch the long lead pass up the middle. You might connect on 1 or 2, but if you ever get them intercepted, that's when it's really tough on your team, because all of a sudden you're outnumbered 5-on-4, and they can walk in, get a good shot, or make a good play.
Edina gets the last change because they are the home team and they match up things a little bit differently, seeing Mike Randolph putting out his 4th line for Duluth East. Here's Sternberg, the sophomore. Poking it ahead to Allen, now getting it up the left wing side. Here's Simonson trying to roll in. He's got Johnson out in front, but he's stripped of the puck. Now Edina coming back, 3-on-2. Long pass for Kretzman and misses him, but it's an offside at the Duluth East blue line at any rate.
That shows the kind of confidence Randolph's got in his fourth line. He had his fourth line out against Edina's top line. He said before the game that I really want to use 4 lines because I think Edina's going to be physical, and I need a fresh team out there at all times. I don't see Edina being that physical thus far, so they haven't made as much contact as I'm sure Mike expected, or maybe even that Edina wanted. The quickness of Duluth is getting them out of the way of checks. Edina, if they get the opportunity, is going to try and slow him down, or should try and slow him down through body checking him and taking him out of the play.
Edina breaking out. Heigl down the side is upended, but he'll carry on, charging after the puck, feeding it behind the net for Strand. He and Burns, number 10, collide. Burns digs it out for Duluth East. His pass goes around for Carlson. Too far, though, and a long shot by Wetterlin is wide of the target. Now East getting it. Here comes Carlson with one more try. Ross Carlson, the senior captain on this team, just dumps it in. Trying to hold the line and successful in doing so is Luke Kettle. Wetterlin will swing it around. The Edina forward up a little high. It was easy for Duluth East to defend. Lots of pushing going on now along the wall, and finally the Hornets get it out of their own end. Here's Gerke. You'll like watching him tonight, folks. Number 3, the defenseman for Edina. He reminds me a lot of their coach, playing a similar style.
Yeah, we got J.P. Parisi just up here visiting us.
Comment ça va, mon ami?
Coach of the Shattuck hockey team. Still involved getting behind the bench. He's got a couple of sons that are pretty good players, Wally.
Yes, he does. Duluth East getting a break there. Coming up the right wing side now. Here is Nelson. Squeezed off the puck. And a big check thrown on number 39, Eric Johnson. Good, strong, physical player for East. Edina on the other side. This is Josh Budish trying to clear it out. Unsuccessful. Pesker takes a look up ice and goes back for the puck. Out it bounces to neutral. Edina coming back. Budish trying to cut in. Nicely played by the defenseman, Tom Allen. A couple of players banging around. Somebody's dropped a glove. That came a while back. Whoops, they missed the puck. Now sent it out into the slot. Here's a shot by Atherton. Knocked down in front. No score in this game. We played 7 minutes. Duluth East and Edina, semifinal Class AA action. There'll be a face-off coming up next in the Duluth East zone. Scoreless. We'll be back to Downtown Mini.
There's a car out there that connects you to a personal advisor for customized information and support services. Is this a Lexus or a BMW that has the executive assistance of OnStar standard? No, it's the newly restyled 2000 Catera. And now you can get a Catera with a very attractive lease. Call for important lease details. The new 2000 Catera, the power of and, the fusion of design and technology. Cadillac.
Marmon had made a good play in the corner, getting himself freed. Then he went to take off with the puck, forgot it. Kretzman picks it up, lays out in the slot, and a real good shot there by Atherton, only to have Haney make the save. Duluth East right now showing a lot of their quickness, beating Edina to those loose pucks, and playing very physical as well. Even though they might be a little smaller, they're playing extremely well along the boards. Been very physical, Wally.
Strand going in after for Edina. He's number 17, battling down in the corner. Heigl, number 8, has it as well, but they both lose out to Burns for East. Edina shooting it right back in. 28 is Tom Schwatzky. Great skater. Defensively. Here comes Carlson. Oh, he's crushed at the Edina bench. Stands up on the rail, but doesn't go over. Strand left it sitting there, but this puck is a high pop fly, barely over the glass, but it is out of play.
One thing Edina's doing very well is pressuring the puck carrier. Even though Duluth seems to have a little more quickness, it's the fact that Edina's got their feet moving up front. They're getting on the puck carriers quite well. They're supporting one another. They seem to always have that third man high, blocking the neutral zone area, forcing everything to the boards, and that's the way they're going to have to play it, to make certain they don't allow Duluth come right up the middle and have an opportunity to have some good plays set up from that centerman coming out of the neutral zone.
Delmaker, the defenseman for Duluth East, unable to clear it. Edina trying a whistling shot. That one rises off of Kretzman's stick. Pulling it in is Cornelius with a long shot going wide. Stelmaker after it again, punched into the wall by number 16 Eastman. Now Kretzman leaves a trailer over to this side for Jenkins. Sidesteps one check. Jenkins on the backhand rolls it goalward, and it's sticked wide by Haney. Jenkins gets it again, able to hold it in. Now picked up by Kretzman. Sends it in deep. First line of Edina against fourth line of Duluth East. And they're having a few problems in their own zone. Stelmaker will go to the other side. Sternberg will lift it out to neutral. Edina's number 20, Atherton, will take over. Block at neutral ice. Nelson shoots it in. Wow, the goalie falls! Unfortunately, it's poked away by Jenkins at the last second. Back out in front. That backhand effort is wide off of Carlson's stick. Weird bounces going on down there. Kretzman trying to find a handle. Back on the point. Here's Amadeo. Shot wide. 32 is Kettle sending it back in behind. Edina Hornets finally lifted out of their own zone. East putting on the pressure. 6 minutes to go. Opening period. No score. P.J. Atherton after it. Number 20 for Edina. Moves it ahead now for Kretzman. Sitting at center. And as it's gathered up by Kolar, the whistle blows. Will be a face-off coming up in the East zone. We'll be back to a scoreless hockey game.
It's here to clear the air.
I can see clearly now.
Toyota's Blue Skies Spring Event, where great cars, excellent values, and a gigantic selection come shining through. Now, lease a brand new Camry for just $229 a month for 36 months with $23.79 at signing for the #1 selling car in America. Your new beginning is here.
It's gonna be a bright,
The Blue Skies Spring Event at your Toyota dealer.
Goaltender Chris Capson coming behind the net to play the puck. Lost his balance. Fortunately for him, Billy Jenkins was there to knock it away from Eric Johnson, who thought he had an open net momentarily, but Jenkins with the long reach put that puck in the corner, able to save Capson on that one.
From the face-off, a couple players fall. Moving in for the loose puck is Andy Letourneau. Letourneau checked on the board. So number 44 is Tommy Kolar. Look out, they lose a puck. Edina with a chance, and it's just wide off the stick of Ryman. Carrying over to the boards after it is Budish. He lost it. Now here comes Duluth East. 3-on-2. Cross the line. Marmon forced wide and lost the puck. Letourneau down low. Marmon throws a check, but the Hornets clear the zone. Off the glass, Delmaker shooting it in.
That was a good defensive play by Pescar to break that up. It was a 3-on-1 play, and he had only one chance. He had to beat the forward from Duluth East to the puck, and he did so and got that puck in the corner.
This time Josh Pescar drives it all the way down. No icing was called. Meanwhile, back come the Hounds. Here's Licari going in deep. Licari trying to play it off the boards. Back to his point. Lost the puck. Taken out by Gerke of Edina. To his defense partner Wetterlin, who lifts it but not out. Apparently there's a hand pass called against Duluth East. Next face-off in the neutral zone.
Talking to coach, assistant coach Dick Blueston before the game yesterday, asked him how he felt about the Edina Hockey Club. He said, Louis, I feel good about the Edina Hockey program. We've got the Pee-wees and the Bantams both in the National State Championship tournament. And we've got this varsity team here in the state championship, and we still have a young team here. So he's feeling that they've got some real good youngsters come along besides what we see out here tonight. So Edina looks like Duluth East, that they could be strong for a couple of years because of the youngsters in this program and the success they've had thus far.
Hornets shoot it down into the Hounds zone. Trying to turn it off the boards was Eric Johnson, but it instead comes right back to the goalkeeper.
Dan Haney, who had 4 shutouts on the year and a 21-4 record.
And the real low goals against, 1.8. And that'll even go down after yesterday's game. 4 goals for Duluth East, 1 for Roseau, so he'll be below 1.8. In the last 8 games of the season, Duluth East only gave up 6 goals. Pretty impressive.
That is. Haney has been turned as a real key to the success of this young Duluth East team this year. In the eyes of their head coach, Mike Randolph. Weston Tardy coming up ice for the Greyhounds. Back into neutral ice and moving into his own zone is P.J. Atherton for it for Edina. Check thrown on him by Johnson. It's turned over. Now Steve Cornelius will pick up the loose puck for Edina. He'll send it off the glass. Goalkeeper Haney moving it ahead. Here's Licari. Lost the puck. Now Licari kicks at it, moves out to center. Gerke pauses for a moment, plays it ahead for Kretzmann. Down the left side, looking for Cornelius, shoots instead. It's just wide. Carlson can't clear it out. Edina trying a backhand shot, blocked out in front by the defense of Duluth East. That's Tardy. He sprints away with a puck. Tardy flipping it over to Ross Carlson. Long bomb shot, easily handled by Capson. Timeout on the ice with 3.5 minutes to go in our opening period. Menards indicates a scoreless tie.
NHL hockey is coming back to Minnesota, and KMSP UPN 9 is the proud broadcast home of the Minnesota Wild.
I would imagine the Edina players sitting on the bench right now look at the scoreboard. They see 0-0, only 3:25 to go in the first period. They have to say, boy, we've come a long way. We're not only scoreless here in the first period, we're not giving them any point-blank chances. If you look at both teams here, even though the shots are 5-4, 9 shots, we haven't seen really quality chances thus far. All the shots seem to be coming from far out, except that one.
Whoa, baby, that was a close one. Number 17 taking the shot was Marmon. That's Trevor Marmon, the senior, one of the few forward seniors on this team. Here's Kohler coming right back. There's a shot on goal. The puck is loose, and it just hopped away from Letourneau before he could get all of it. Edina roaring right back. Coming up the right wing boards is 22 Josh Budish. Just shooting it in and going off on an Edina line change. The Greyhounds flip it in off of Tom Allen's stick. He'll head off now as Duluth East changes their 5-man unit. No! Puck squirts into the Duluth East zone. Olds picking it up. Number 4, Mike Olds. Tossed into the zone by Heigl of Edina. Back out to center. Wetterlin finishes it off by playing it once again deep into the Duluth East end. Greyhounds trying to come up out of their own zone. Here's Ross Carlson. Olds now will carry on. He's checked at center ice by Heigl. Backhanded ahead by Wetterlin. Heigl wheels and deals it in. Amadio had trouble, and it rolls right over to the side of the goal. And it's Haney who's going to make a stop and allow both teams a chance to change their lines.
Well, we're seeing quick changes, and when you have a pace excuse me, when you have a pace like we've got out here thus far, you have to keep your players fresh. You see a good opportunity there for Duluth. We saw earlier Marmon with the best opportunity of the night, only to be stopped by Capson. But each of these clubs wants to have fresh players on the ice. You've got a good pace going, a lot of speed, especially on Duluth side. So you have to have guys that are able to go and get into play quickly or come back quickly. And that's what each of these are doing. And they're not afraid to use all their players. Even Edina, they'll use some of their fourth-line players as well.
Kretzmann putting that puck out in front after he had his own shot from the faceoff. Now we're up along the wall, pinned up pretty good there. Puck finally comes away. And the Hounds had it at center for a moment. Kretzmann will backhand it right into the Duluth zone. Hounds coming up the right side this time. Played out to center by Weston Tardy, the defenseman. Kretzmann making a big sweep at neutral ice. Tardy will take over. He shoots it in and runs into Kretzmann, who falls. Sticks got up a little bit high there. Not cleared. Sending it back down into the corner is Eric Johnson. of Duluth East. Lots of rugged play along the wall now. Letourneau, number 12, in deep. Number 44 behind him is Tommy Kohler in the dark-clad Duluth East Greyhounds. Lifted out of the end. It's going to roll all the way down ice, and this will be an icing call as we enter the final minute of our first period. It's still a 0-0 game between Duluth East and Edina.
UPN 9's coverage of the Boys State High School Tournament is brought to you by Dairy Queen, your Northland Ford store, and Connexus Energy.
If you could tell the kids one thing, Wally, it's the way they check. They're willing to body check, and they go to the man properly, but when they get there, they all seem to have a tendency to lift their arms up and lift their stick up. When they know that they're covered by helmets and face masks, so they're not worried about it. But you've got to learn how to body check properly, and the key is to keep those arms down and get in there with the shoulder rather than the hands or the elbows. Watch how many times when these fellows go to a guy, they got their hands in the air, their stick up.
Edina's Strand will shoot it into the zone. Here's Anderson carrying on, feeding Strand down low. He has Heigl breaking towards the net. Can't get the pass to him. And instead it lands on the back of the goal.
Neither of these teams thus far has been able to use the points as effectively as they should. It seems like everybody's chasing the puck. You're getting the forwards down deep. You're even getting the back checkers down deep. The point men are open, and everybody's looking to jam the puck around the center of the net area in the slot area. No one has thus far been just putting it back to the point, trying to open things up and going to the net to cause either a deflection or a screen.
And Edina seems to prefer a dump and chase style here in the opening period.
They definitely are trying to do that, put pressure on Duluth, forecheck aggressively and try and get some turnovers. But Duluth has been very, very effective thus far coming out of the zone, especially with plays like that.
Ross Carlson across the line now for Tardy. That shot right on. Knocked away by Capson. Fired all the way down ice. This will be an icing call against Edina with just 9 seconds remaining in the period.
You don't want to do that, especially when there's only, you've got 9 seconds left, and Edina should know better than that because there was 4 seconds left in the game when they tied the game against Eden Prairie to move on.
Yes.
Here's a good opportunity for Duluth coming down. You see, they try and shoot through a screen. It's not a bad play at all. Use a defenseman for a screen. Tardy takes a nice shot right there down low. Captain's got to make the save. The puck goes to the right side. But don't just throw the puck down the ice indiscriminately. If the more faceoffs you create in your own zone, the more often you're going to have an opportunity or a chance to be scored on.
Licari pushes it goalward. The puck is still bouncing around. It hit the side of goalkeeper Capson, but fortunately went in his favor. And that's going to do it for the opening period. But boy, a smart play by Licari. Everybody expects you to pull it back, but he went straight to the net with a shot.
That's right. When you got that many seconds left in the clock, you can go right to the net and you can go for a rebound as well. Face-offs are so important, and there's so many goals scored by off face-offs that are critical. Edina's here in the state tournament because they won a face-off with 4 seconds to go in the game against Eden Prairie, and they were able to win in overtime. Capson has really been a big factor for Edina since he's coming to the net halfway through. That one hit him on the back of the leg. He didn't know where it is. He went to poke check, missed it, but he was very fortunate, got the back of the leg. But he has been really the key player for Edina from January on. He played an outstanding game against Eden Prairie, and he's going to have to do it here again tonight. Duluth looks confident. They're moving with the puck well, and they're moving the puck well. They got great speed, and they are just going to continue to kind of pressure that they're putting on right now, hoping that it results in a goal.
Good pace, but a scoreless tie. Let's go downstairs to Vanessa Hughes.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Mike Randolph, Duluth East head coach. And, Coach, I think it was a pretty evenly played first period. Both teams had some scoring chances. What do you think of the first period?
Well, as far as our team goes, I think it's a lot better first period than we had last night. A lot of our younger kids played with a lot more poise, and we're pretty happy coming out of the first period.
Now, you beat Edina twice during the month of December. That was 2.5 months ago. How has Edina improved since you guys played them earlier in the season?
They play great team defense. They don't get many odd man rushes, and they're balanced throughout their lineup. A lot of guys are playing really well for them right now, and hopefully what's happened earlier on in the season is we were able to wear them down as the game went on. And we're hoping the same thing happens tonight, that our speed will take its toll on them.
A real chippy type of game. It could come down to maybe a 1-0 type outcome. Is that what you're expecting, or do you think we'll see some more offense in the next couple periods?
It's pretty tight that first period, but it may open up at times. It remains to be seen. Again, we're just hoping that we can keep going and keep the puck down low and outwork them.
All right, thank you, Coach. Good luck. We are scoreless after one period of play here. Duluth East and Edina. Jeff Grayson will be back with the Northland Ford intermission report after this. Stay with us.
Wanted one person to watch televised sports all day.
Job includes playing video games and receiving massages.
Salary $100,000 to $150,000.
Cavalier, so dependable, there are more of them out there working than any other small car.
Okay, come on, who's your daddy?
Cavalier, we'll be there.
What's a meal to a kid? Something you have to eat to get dessert. But you've grown up. You actually look forward to a meal, especially one like Arby's Roast Chicken Club, with the goodness of slow-roasted chicken. That beats something fried and greasy any day. Plus lettuce, tomato, and pepper bacon for a taste so good, you won't care if there's no room for dessert. The Roast Chicken Club, only at Arby's. Now that your tastes have grown up.
From tournaments past, this great clip is brought to you by Great Clips for Hair.
In the 1999 Class AA championship game, number 2 rated Hastings forced Roseau goaltender Jake Brandt to make 6 saves in the first 2.5 minutes. But the smallest school in Class AA came up big. The Roseau Rams stepped up and took home the championship trophy for the 6th time in school history.
This great clip brought to you by Great Clips for Hair.
So
I had fun.
I'll call you.
Yeah, okay. Well.
Hey. Next time I'll remember to bring enough cash for both of us.
Next time, use the UBank check card from U.S. Bank instead of cash. It's fast, easy, and accepted everywhere Visa is, so you can get what you need and get on with life. Make all of your shopping easier with the UBank check card from U.S. Bank.
I'm Angela Hampton. A Minneapolis man is charged after police say he stabbed his wife to death in front of her children. 33-year-old Levois Washington faces a first-degree premeditated murder charge. Police say he attacked his estranged wife, Nikki, Tuesday night. Washington makes his first court appearance on Monday. Our cold streak continues. Sam says it'll be clear and cold tonight, and tomorrow we'll have more sunshine and temperatures in the upper 30s to lower 40s.
At 10 o'clock on April 3rd, 9 News will make a change for you.
Because at 9 News, we know the news isn't about us. It's about you, your lifestyle, what you want to know, when you want to know it. At 9 with Robin and Jeff, it's more local news than any other station. At 10 with Jeff and Angela brings you more local news with the innovative style and format you've come to expect from 9 News. And now 9 News is on in the morning, too. With Good Day Minnesota, you're never more than 9 minutes away from weather and traffic together. 9 News. It's about you. The Northland Ford Intermission Report, brought to you by your Northland Ford store.
I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but it's another tight game here. The boys high school hockey tournament in the year 2000. We've brought you 10 games. 4 of those first 10 have been decided by 1 goal, and the way things are going between Duluth East and Edina could be going that way again. This is the Northland Ford Intermission Report. I'm Jeff Grayson, deep underground at the KMSP Sports Pavilion at the Target Center. Duluth East, the 1998 champion. Edina, the 97 champion. No score after 15 minutes. You know, I know we try to give you the complete picture, but if you want it even more and you are on the World Wide Web, go to varsityonline.com through KMSP.com. You'll get scores, summaries, previews, profiles, everything you need to know about the hockey tournament and the rest of prep sports, courtesy of varsityonline.com through KMSP.com. We'll be right back as we get you ready for the second period of play on the Northland Ford Intermission Report. Scoreless after 1, Duluth East and Edina.
Get the 16-game package and
see the Twins battle the Cards, Cubs, plus 12 other Major League teams. Minnesota Twins baseball, where fun is part of the game.
Meet my 21st century family. They're always on the phone, or online, or out and about, and it all adds up. That's why we got the total package from US West. We get endless internet, phone service with tons of features. Oh, and Mr. Wireless, he gets 300 minutes and free long distance, all for $80 a month.
The total package from US West. A whole new reason life's better here.
Who knew the future would be so simple?
Are you a hardcore driver? This is the Pontiac Grand Am. The only car built with solid form design. And now you can get a Grand Am solid value package with hardcore stuff like a sunroof, a CD player, and more for less. Are you a hardcore driver? Now get $1,000 cash back and option package savings of $625 with the 2000 Grand Am SE solid value package. See your Pontiac dealer today.
There's only one way to fly on business, and that's first class, which is why TWA created First Up, a program that puts you in first class for a full coach fare. It's that simple. Buy coach, fly first. Before your next flight, call TWA and ask for First Up and see if there's a first class seat waiting for you. Buy coach, fly first. First Up from TWA. One mission, yours.
Scoreless after 15 minutes. 1998 champion Duluth East and 1997 champion Edina. 0-0. Jeff Grayson back here with the Northland Ford Intermission Report at the KMSP Sports Pavilion at the Target Center. Want to bring you up to date on some of the other teams that are playing. You know, we started this tournament, 8 teams in A, 8 in AA. Some are in the consolation bracket. Let me tell you about some of the matchups tomorrow that we're going to have. The Class A consolation game. That game will be at 10 a.m. at Mariucci Arena. That will be Rochester Lourdes against Farmington. The AA, by the way, will be Roseau against Mayo, 12:30 at Mariucci. The third place game, Sauk Rapids Rice against International Falls. That will be at 11 o'clock here at Target Center. And as you see the brackets there, what a matchup for the championship in Class A at 2. Number 1 War Road against number 2 Breck. Breck going for its first title. This is the farthest they've ever gone in the tournament. They've been 3rd and 4th before. They've never reached the championship game, and War Road won the title in 1994 and most recently also in 1996. So the even-numbered years are a good thing for War Road. That wraps up the Northland Ford Intermission Report. When we come back, we'll get you set for the second period of play, a scoreless tie after 15 minutes from the Target Center.
The Northland Ford Intermission Report, brought to you by your Northland Ford store.
Coffee? Hi, I'm from Connexus. I see you've updated your kitchen here with modern electric appliances. Good thinking. Love these new cooktops. I was just telling Susan that we have countless other ways to save energy all over the house. At Connexus, we're always finding new ways to make your home safer, healthier, and more efficient. How do you like your eggs? Connexus, you're getting more from your community energy partner.
It's here to clear the air.
I can see clearly now.
Toyota's Blue Sky Spring Event, where great cars, excellent values, and a gigantic selection come shining through. Now, lease a brand new Corolla for just $179 a month for 36 months with $17.59 due at signing for the most trusted car in the world. Your new beginning is here.
It's gonna be a bright.
The Blue Sky Spring Event at your Toyota dealer.
So
I had fun.
I'll call you.
Yeah, okay. Well.
Hey, next time I'll remember to bring enough cash for both of us.
Next time, use the UBank check card from US Bank instead of cash. It's fast, easy, and accepted everywhere Visa is, so you can get what you need and get on with life. Make all of your shopping easier with the UBank check card from US Bank.
Got a gripe? Hit consumer action at kmsp.com.
We're getting you ready for the second period of play here on semifinal Friday night. No score between Duluth East and Edina. Jeff Grayson back here at the KMSP Sports Pavilion in downtown Minneapolis. It's time now to announce another winner in Toyota's Drive for Education contest. And joining me now is Toyota District Manager Joe Moses. Joe, tell people a little bit about the Drive for Education contest.
Sure, Jeff. For 11 years, Toyota has supported Minnesota high schools, and this year we've been donating $25,000 to those high schools that have demonstrated a strong desire to enhance both their academic and their student programs. We've received essays from across the state, and we will be choosing 10 winners.
Who is the latest $2,500 winner?
This winner from tonight is from Rochester. It's John Marshall High School, and they'll be using their grant money for a peer helper program.
All right, thank you very much, Joe. We'll see you again later tonight.
That's right. Thanks a lot, Jeff.
Welcome. That is Toyota District Manager Joe Moses and the Toyota Drive for Education contest. Well, we still got to drive to see who scores first in this game. Another tight one. It's getting redundant. Another barn burner. Let's go upstairs to Wally Shaver and Lou Nanny. Guys?
It is a tight one, Jeff. Not as quite as tight defensively as we saw in that War Road International Falls game earlier, but the goaltenders have had to come up with a couple of good saves here in the opening period.
That's right, Wally. And one thing we have to look for here, I think Duluth is going to try and exploit the distance between the forwards of Edina and the defense of Edina. Edina's defense has got to move up a little bit more to support those forwards. Otherwise, there's a big gap in there. And with that gap, Duluth gets through coming with speed. Then it's pretty tough for the defensemen to be going back and protect the blue line. We're seeing just a little too much spacing on the Edina side at this point, you know, to be comfortable if I was Edina. Duluth at the same time is moving the puck out of their zone better. Yeah. It seems like they are passing the puck rather than just flipping it out, and that's really one of the results of having confidence in handling that puck.
And they don't seem to be afraid to go D to D and trying some long cross ice passes. Shots on goal, 9-6 in favor of Duluth East, as Smart Pages indicates that. And we're just about set to go here for our second period of play between Duluth East and Edina. The winner goes on to the championship game tomorrow night at 8 o'clock here on Channel 9. Back to the live action. The two teams have swapped ends. East in their own zone. A long bomb pass again all the way across the rink. It goes too far for Ross Carlson. Look out! He went feet first into that goal post. There might be some bad edges on those
I was
blades.
just going to say, he might have to go and have that right skate sharpened. It looked to me like he hit the pipe with the blade of his skate, and if he did, he'll take that edge off. He'll be cutting for the net, and all of a sudden he'll have no leg under him. You see him right here just losing his balance as he's been taken out by Wetterling. Wetterling just protecting him from going to the puck, but he got a skate up in the air. Unfortunately, those things aren't as solid as they used to be, and the net comes off its moorings rather easily, and that really prevents a lot of injuries.
Duluth East controls the face-off, but back it comes to the Edina defense. This is Heigl. Punt lifted. Oh, a quick turnaround shot. Right on the rebound. They score! It's Ross Carlson. Who cares about the blades now? That puck's in the net.
That's right. He didn't need it there, as we had a couple of spinoramas. Shots on goal. Capson makes the initial save, but Carlson coming out from the right is able to put that away. Licari and Burns both getting an opportunity to shoot that puck. Carlson, who comes out of the right side corner, he sees that bouncing puck right by the net. Capson was down, and he's able to put it away. There's Carlson taking his man out. A shot coming from Burns, a rebound right here to Licari, and then right on the doorstep is Carlson, and he backhands that puck away, giving Duluth a 1-0 lead here early in the second period.
Boy, what a nice play by Ross Carlson, initiated in that corner on the forecheck.
Yep. And that caused a turnover. Burns gets the puck in the slot. He gets the initial shot. And you're looking at a very happy captain, Ross Carlson, who gets his team off to a lead. Right now we got some junk on the ice being removed down to the left of goaltending Capson. And Duluth East getting a quick lead here starting the second period.
There's Ross Carlson, as you said, the captain, a real good leader, and he brings a lot of experience to this team. Strong, he's smart. Led the team in assists this past year and tied for the points lead. Now East coming back on the attack once again. 32 through the middle is Luke Kettle dumping it in. On goal, Capson saves. Oops, defenseman didn't know which way to go there. That was Stelmaker. Now Allen has to back up, but here come the Hornets. Krutzman dropping it off into the slot. Cornelius can't get the handle on it. And Stelmaker clears it out to the left wing. Johnson all the way down the ice with it. It'll be icing against the Greyhounds.
Bo Krutzman's got some good speed, and he knows how to handle the puck. Going around the outside that time, too often he looks to pass instead of shooting. He's got a good shot. Sometimes when you don't have a man open, rather than just trying to pass across, you might as well put the puck on net. You never know, first of all, if it's going to go directly in. Secondly, if there's going to be a rebound. So anytime you don't have a play and you're driving towards the net, if you don't want to keep it, put it on the net. Put the shot on the net and hope that maybe there's a rebound or you score right off the shot.
Greyhounds with a nice jump on their steps right now. Here's Trevor Marmon putting it out in front, and it's tipped just wide by number 12, Andy Letourneau. Edina has a pass go off Letourneau's skates, but the Hornets maintain possession. Coming down the left side is number 5, Josh Peskar, the defenseman who's pitched in way deep. Marmon takes over for East, fires it across ice to Letourneau. Turning the jets on. Letourneau looking out in front. Everybody is covered, and he can't get control of the puck at any rate.
And that was a good play by Ryman, backing up Peskar to take that defense position and force that play wide.
A wrestling match going on in the corner between Edina's number 6 Thiss and the 27 Licari for Duluth East. At the point, there's a blast going wide off the stick of Schwatzky. Hornets grab it off. Ryman trying to come out of his own zone, ducks off of a check and carries up the right side. Schwatzky will regain possession. The sophomore defenseman goes in behind his goal. Schwatzky still with it. His coach Mike Randall says he's got pro speed. Relays it around. It comes out of the zone. It's a bouncer. Chucked right back in. Schwatzky will leave it for his partner Tardy. Long cross ice bomb. Does not get out of the zone. A second effort by East does get it out, but then is stabbed right back in by Gerke of Edina. Gerke throwing a check on number 10, Burns. And now there's some roughing going on as 15 comes in there. That's Bob Anderson. They get a lot of pushing and shoving go. Nothing will evolve out of this. It is a 1-0 hockey game. Duluth East has a lead.
Celebrate the 21st century at a Subway restaurant. Come in today and get 3 regular footlong subs for only $9.99. Share the celebration. It's a great deal for dinner or anytime. 3 regular footlongs for $9.99 for a limited time. Subway, the way a sandwich should be.
Catch Subway's tuna sub or reel in our seafood and crab sub. They're better than ever, all made on Subway's fresh baked bread. The world's favorite tuna or sumptuous and rich seafood and crab. Subway, the way a sandwich should be.
Duluth defensemen are also giving up that blue line a little too easily. While Edina's able to come through that neutral zone with the puck, they're going to be able to get the zone with speed and be able to get in deep and make a play. But they've got to come out of their own zone better. That's why they're not coming through that neutral zone and making any kind of plays when they get to the offensive blue line. They don't have control of the puck. They're just dumping it out and trying to skate into it rather than coming out with some nice short passes and with some speed. We saw an occasion just earlier in that Ryman had it down halfway down the boards. He had 2 forwards about 15 feet ahead of him. Instead of moving it up, he skated up. By then his line mates had stopped and been flat-footed. Then he goes 1-on-3. They got to come as a unit with speed, and that'll push that defense deep and drive them down deep where they'll get some opportunities.
And that's the big difference that we see the Greyhounds doing.
Yeah, they are doing it very well. You see him right here coming up. The defensemen move up with the puck with him, but once the puck's getting in the zone, we saw some kind of opportunities that they had to keep the puck in, and they were somewhat tenuous, and they pulled out of the zone quickly. And by pulling out, they're getting back too deep too fast, and they're starting to gap between their forwards. And Edina's got to exploit that by coming out of their zone with that puck.
Edina will start 200 feet away. Krutzman has a roll off of a stick. Atherton, a defenseman, tying up his man. It's back to the blue line. A long shot from the screen and score. Allen with a harmless looking looking shot, but I don't think Capson ever saw it.
He didn't see it at all because down in front of the net, he was being screened by Letourneau. Watch number 12 when we replay this down to Capson's right by his goal stick side. That puck is shot from the point by Allen. It's even going to bounce. I don't think Letourneau touched it. He might have just grazed it, but watch down low by the net as the shot is going to come right now. Look to the right of the goaltender right there. The defenseman had just taken out Letourneau as he came across, and that shot was screened, and it's going to bounce right there. It's going to bounce, and the goaltender just lost sight of it for a moment. Went on the short side, and that gives Duluth East a 2-0 lead here in the second period.
And the goal does indeed go to Tom Allen, just his third goal of the year. He's known as a guy with a big shot, even if it takes skipping it on the way in.
That one wasn't a big shot. That was a two-bouncer. The one thing when the pucks bounce, you never know which way they're going to go.
Four players scrumming up along the boards. It is a little bit rough down there. Bill Wetterlin will clear the zone. No icing as the goalkeeper, Haney, has to make a play. Backhanded by Olds, not out. Edina with a chance. Centering pass is easily controlled by Haney. And a little extra pushing and shoving going on now.
Strand going around the right side there. He tried to center it out to Anderson. It actually deflected off of Haney. And fortunately, Haney was playing that properly, had his whole body in front of him. The deflection came right back into him, not into the net. But the defense of Duluth doing a good job keeping the play to the outside, making certain no one's getting open in the slot area, and when people come with the shot, they're coming from an angle where the goaltender can handle it very easily.
Bo Kretzman back to Steve Cornelius. His shot hits the leg. Cornelius is all hooked and tied up. Nothing called there. He does a little shoving right back at Schwatzky.
But that was a good play by Schwatzky, taking the man out properly. Schwatzky just takes him right out to the side, really tied Cornelius up so he couldn't go towards the net. Once Cornelius had that puck and shot it, when you go to the man, you can effectively tie him up for a few seconds, and that's what Schwatzky did very well in that play.
Here you see a good look at Tom Schwatzky. Again, just a sophomore, but is a tremendous skater. In fact, Coach Randolph was saying it's the best skater he's ever had. And that says a lot coming out of that program.
That's right. That's high praise.
Put out in front, and a backhand by Kretzman is just wide. Trying to hold the line is the defenseman, P.J. Atherton, number 20. Puck will carry the distance of the rink, and that's going to be an icing violation against Duluth East. Timeout on the ice. It looks like some penalties coming up as well. We'll catch you up on all the details when we return to Target Center.
There's a car out there people are talking about.
World-class engineering, contemporary styling, superbly equipped.
It has a fully integrated vehicle response system to help make it behave exactly the way you want it to. What is this car that gives you such power and control? It's the new 2000 Seville with the North Star system. And now Seville comes with an impressive lease. Call for important lease details. The 2000 Seville, the power of and, the fusion of design and technology. Cadillac.
And we got coincidental minors here. Schwatzky and Atherton, you see him right there. 28 for Duluth, 20 for Edina, going off for roughing. So we'll still be playing 5-on-5 as they're both going to serve minor penalties.
On the Greyhounds, number 28, Tom Sawatsky.
Heigl on the face-off for Edina, wearing number 8, wins the draw, getting it back to Strand, but back come the Hounds. Carlson.
There was an occasion, Wally, where Strand could have used the point. He was being checked right away. Just get it back to that blue line, have someone put a shot on the net.
Anderson for Edina. Bob Anderson shooting it in. Dumped right back out by the goalkeeper. Scott Strand was cruising in on him. Here's Nick Nelson trying to cross the line for Duluth East. Slow down, and that puck will bound out of play.
There's an old saying, when you have the puck, the other team doesn't. That's something Edina isn't doing right now. When they got the puck, they're just turning it right back over, just flipping it out of the zone. You've got to have confidence in yourself to control the puck, anticipate what you want to do with it before it comes, have an idea if you get the puck where you're going to go with it, but try and control it as long as you can. That's how you make good things happen. You move it quickly if someone's open and ahead of you, but if they're not, and you can still control it, and you're not the last man, you control it until you find somewhere to give it to.
They give it up to Andy Thiss. His pass blocked. Carrying on is John Merrill for Edina. Merrill going in will just try to poke it in deep and rely on his forecheckers to take control. But Duluth East has something to say about it. Tom Allen coming up ice. Firing it off to his right. That shot is cleared into the zone, and Edina back to gather it up. Pesker, the defenseman, looking across ice. Josh Budish brings it into the attack zone. Leaves a trailer there now for Ryman, but he's squeezed under the play by number 17, Trevor Marmon. Still bouncing around. Chopped out to center by Olds. A race for the puck. Trying to get to it is Letourneau. But we have another whistle on the play as that puck once more disappears into the crowd. Puck budget just went up with this game.
Well, Duluth is really continuing to use their speed. They're going to the puck carrier. They've got the forward supporting the defenseman. They're keeping the play to the outside. Edina not really having any opportunity to come up the middle with that puck and make some plays. That's because of the checking ability of Duluth East keeps that play to the outside, and they got the defenseman right there when that play's coming up the boards, taking you out and being physical. Duluth East defenseman playing extremely well up to this point.
And another one goes flying out. Shots on goal are 4-4 in this period. East has scored on 2 of those, and it's 13-10 on the game in favor of Duluth East.
We're going to run out of pucks if they keep this up tonight. That's about the 6th or 7th one over the glass. We're going to have to get the little higher glass along the side. But that puck, Gerke flipped it over the glass, so the faceoff's going to come down deep to Capson's right. And we have Centerman Kolar trying to set his shooters up where he wants them.
Kolar has Letourneau right behind him. Try to get it to Letourneau. I've never seen so many pucks fly out of here.
Well, you know, I don't know why Letourneau stands so far back away from Wetterling, the Edina defenseman. He might as well go ahead and tie that defenseman up. Kolar's winning the draws and are coming in between the 2 players. He might as well go up and tie up the Edina defenseman and let the East defenseman skate into that puck and shoot it.
Edina breaking up ice. Eastman squeezed into the boards. Popped and then throws a little punch back. Tom Allen sends it out to center for Duluth East. Puck bouncing around. There's a blast, and he got a good chunk of that one, even though the puck was on edge. That was Steve Eastman releasing. Eastman going after the gain, handing off for Kretzman, but Bo Kretzman is stripped of the puck and rolling out of his own zone is Kolar. Ducked the check at center ice, but fell anyways, but does get it in deep and allows the Greyhounds to make a complete change. Edina's Bob Anderson wrapped up along the boards and dropped to the ice by defenseman Olds of East. Heading back after now is Jenkins. He collides and falls down to the ice along with number 14, Tony Sternberg.
You don't see any of the Duluth East players standing around. They continually are in motion. That helps their quickness. They're not only fast, they're quick, and they're getting to the puck even quicker because they're always in motion. They've always got that jump going for them.
They'll hustle back into their own zone to gather up this one. Tom Allen, he's all over the place. He's got a real knack to get around it. It's number 21, Tom Allen for Duluth East. Back it comes to the point. A blast from there is blocked. Pinching in now is number 10, Jenkins for Edina. Back it comes towards the blue line. Chopping at it was Heigl into the corner. Bump there was Anderson of Edina. Backhanded off the boards. Not out. Heigl from the point. Lets it rip, and it's off the glass wide. And Carome's into the stands. 2-0. Duluth East leading. We'll be back for more here at Target Center.
A David in a world of Goliaths. Chevy Malibu. With an awesome V6 standard, it has power you can depend on. Chevy Malibu. be there.
This kid can shoot the puck. Steve Eastman gets a lot of wood on it. Haney makes a save. Eastman's the one that scored in the double overtime to put Edina in the semifinals here. And then Haney had to make another save. Strand in front off a drive by Atherton that got deflected by Strand, and Haney made the save.
High goal, getting the puck to Strand. Looking down low for Budish. Can't get the puck to him, and the East will clear it out to neutral. Still hanging loose. Wendelin banks it off the boards. He'll retrieve it again. And now Gierke takes his pass on the D-to-D effort. Strand is upended crossing the line, and as he slides in ahead of the puck, it's offside. Strand going back for a stick. Senior with 18 goals on the year. Led the team in goal scoring.
Well, Duluth out shooting Edina 14-12, but Duluth just seems to have much more control of the play, and they have that because they've got better control of the puck up to this point. Edina's coming on the last 2-3 minutes. They've had some opportunities from 30-40 feet out. Haney strong in the net. Edina forwards being checked very closely by the defenseman of Duluth, who has done a good job here tonight.
Schwatsky plays it in deep. Eric Johnson after for East. Check thrown. They maintain possession. Nice toss out in front, but the Duluth East player is all tied up. Edina trying to clear it out. Carlson turns and shoots right away. Here's another try with a shot on goal coming off the stick of 39, Eric Johnson. Back towards a point, but not out. Olds holding it in. He'll ring it around. Picking up off the wall is Luke Kettle. Onto the point once more. Amadio's shot is blocked, and here come the Hornets rolling out of their own end. Ryman down the right side. Ducks off of Olds' check. Tries to put it in front for Budish. Now Kretzman in there. Kretzman 18 for Edina going in, but he's all tied up. Kicked ahead. Not out. Stepping up was Jenkins to keep it deep. Kretzman once again. Bo Kretzman to the point. Taken off the wall by Atherton, but he had to regroup at center. The big, tall, lanky P.J. Atherton. Leaving it for Ryman. Now Atherton carrying on. There's going to be a penalty coming up to Olds of Duluth East. He's in puck from behind, and Olds is slow getting up. There could be a pair of penalties here. It would actually be deserving, but we'll have to see how the officials will call it. We'll return to Target Center for more semifinal hockey.
Amica, good news for good drivers.
And you're going to see defenseman Olds for Duluth get a high stick call against him right here. And he's going to be going off for high sticking as he pulls Ryman down with a high stick around the head. And Edina, trailing 2-0, will get the first power play opportunity of the evening and try and cut that lead of Duluth East. Some strong forechecking by Edina, getting their feet moving, fighting for the puck along the boards, drew a penalty, and now they get an opportunity to go in the power play.
East will clear the zone. Gierke back at neutral. Sprinting right up the boards. Tossing it in. Steve Cornelius will take control for Edina. Cornelius rolling it along the wall back to Jenkins. In for 18, Kretzman. Kretzman looking for Cornelius. Feeds him in the corner. The give and go comes back to the point. There's a drive, and that rises out of play off of Jenkins' shot.
A real good play by Kretzman and Cornelius, getting that puck out to Jenkins, who was in good shooting position. 45 feet out. He just got it a little too high. Got it over the glass, and that faceoff comes outside. They move the puck around well. There's some smart play by Kretzman right there. He'll go down deep now to Cornelius, and a perfect pass out top of the slot. Jenkins gets it way too high. He's got two people falling to block the shot, so you try and put it up. Rather than put it up and over, you might as well move it over to the side or hold it, fake a shot, and move around him. Because the most important thing is to get that shot on net. And you certainly don't want to get over the glass and have that faceoff come outside like it did there. Now you got to work hard to gain the zone again.
Steve Cornelius steps into the attack zone. Finds Gierke. Gierke trying to elude the pesky Ross Carlson, and Gierke's hammered into the wall. Bill Jenkins winds and fires! What a shot and a tremendous save by Dan Haney.
Oh, and he made a good save and was able to hold on to that puck because on the doorstep was Cornelius, and he was looking for that rebound. Had that puck just dropped for a moment, Cornelius would have put Edina on the board. Great shot by Billy Jenkins down low. This one much better, right on the net. The goalie's got to make an excellent save and able to control it. A fine play by goaltender Haney to keep this at 0 for Edina, 2 for Duluth East. Look at him holding on to it. And boy, was Cornelius there waiting for something to come free.
Heigl, Strand, and number 13, Adam Becker, out for Edina. Backing up into his own end is Wetterlin. Feeds Heigl. Not a Strand, stepping into the zone. Strand fanned on it, and it'll be Haney once again.
That's a dangerous play that Haney did there. The puck's coming real slow, and you come out of the net to glove it. You know how elusive it is. It's not like a football, not as bad as a football, but it's bad enough when you're reaching to glove a loose puck on the ice. You might as well stay in the goal, clear it to the corner, and let your defenseman handle it. Don't take a chance like he did right here, leaving the net. Now, if he misses that for 1 second, Strand's going to have a loose puck, and look where he is, behind the net. You got to make certain you don't leave the net alone just reaching for the puck. Sometimes goalers think they have to go out of the net more than they do. If they're not good at handling the puck, or if they can't make good plays, it's better to stay in the net.
Kretzman, there's a shot. Make that number 8, not 18. That was Heigl letting it rip. Heigl throwing a check on the far side to keep the play alive. Pinching in is P.J. Atherton. Still a half minute left. The power play. Atherton's backhander. But Haney has it, and pushing and shoving continues.
And a good play by Atherton, fighting off that check, getting in position to get that backhand shot. We're going to have double penalties again here in front of the net, as you saw Sawatsky and Strand fighting after the save was made by the goaltender. But look at the effort by Atherton there. He did get the shot away, and then we got Sawatsky and Strand pushing one another in front of the net, and they're going to be going off probably for roughing, both of them. And Haney making another save there. So even though we got penalties, they were coincidental minors, so it'll stay at 5 against 4. And this is a rule that's a good rule. Rather than making it 4 against 3, which used to give the power play team even a greater advantage. 4 against 3 is 5% better than 5 against 4. This makes a lot of sense to just call them coincidental minors.
Jenkins centers it. They score! Kretzman!
Well, their leading point getter makes it count on an excellent feed by Jenkins, going around the outside. Only 17 seconds to go in the power play. Kretzman, the ever dangerous Kretzman, a very crafty hockey player, makes no mistake. He shoots it right off the faceoff. Here they seem to have lost the faceoff. It was going to get out of the zone, but not long enough, because Jenkins brings it right back in, and everybody looking at the puck carrier, nobody looking at Kretzman, who skates right in the slot area, number 18, off the pass by Jenkins. Haney's got no chance from 15 feet. Somebody's got to pick up the shooter there, and everybody was looking at the puck carrier, and you don't leave Kretzman alone from 15 feet.
Kohler at center ice, lost the puck. Budish had it momentarily, but East will drive it right back in. Under 4 minutes to go in the second period. It's now a 1-goal hockey game on that power play tally by Edina. At the line, held in by Allen. He already has 1 goal in this game for Duluth East. And lugging it up ice now is this, the big, tall, lanky center. Overskated in the neutral zone, and Kohler starts back for East. It's 3-on-2. Kohler leaving a trailer for Letourneau. He goes deep into the corner. Letourneau still with it, cuts out in front. That shot right on the doorstep. But there's a whistle coming up, and a penalty against Edina. Duluth East will go on the power play. Their second of the game when we come back to Target Center.
UPN 9's coverage of the Boys State High School Tournament is brought to you by Dairy Queen, your Northland Ford store, and Conexus Energy.
You'll see the play develop going around the net as it is. We're going to see Billy Jenkins get called for cross-checking. Actually, there were two of them here behind the net. And the cross-check, you could just see it outside the picture as Letourneau gets knocked down with a cross-check. And so Duluth East on their first power play.
Shot for the point, blocked, swept away by Wetterlin, but not out. Crunching check thrown up along the far side there by Edina's John Ryman. Captain Ross Carlson is trying to get the puck, but it is a hand pass called against the Greyhounds, and we'll come back out to the neutral zone between the two blue lines for the draw.
Only the defensive team is allowed to play the puck inside the defensive zone with the hand. Otherwise, the faceoff's going to come outside, and that's what happened there. We're looking at a goal scorer, Ross Carlson, the big centerman for Duluth East, leading them on this power play opportunity.
Here's Burns going for it. Wetterlin is there for Edina. Unable to clear it. Pops around and finally golfed down ice by Ryman. Chugging back for it is Stelmaker. Mike Stelmaker is a lot like Tardy. 4 pointers. Oh yeah, there's no question on that one. Holding is going to be the call, and the referees have got a steady stream of players going into the penalty box here in this second period.
Well, what happened there was a real good passing play on Duluth's part. Gerke's caught flat-footed. See that we had a three-way passing play, and he just reaches out and grabs him. It was an excellent three-way passing play by Duluth coming out of their zone. Makari looked like he was going to be able to break wide and free. Gerke pulls him down for holding. 5-on-3 for Duluth with 1:13 to go on the first penalty. It was really key the way Duluth came out of their zone there. Defenseman came around the net, fired it to the right side. A great cross-ice pass, caught Edina in a big gap situation, and the defenseman back deep but not all the way to the blue line. They were already flat-footed, so Gerke had no choice but to pull him down. Otherwise, LeCarry was going right around him and would have been going home free on a breakaway in on Capson.
I want to get back to that cross-ice pass strategy in just a moment. It's a 5-on-3 opportunity now for Duluth East. A lot of coaches, Louis, will say don't go cross ice in your own zone, but the Greyhounds do it well.
Well, it's a difference when you're doing it with a man advantage when they don't have anybody in that zone. You don't want to do it when you're playing 5-on-5 and you've got a lot of congestion in your zone. But when you're playing 5 against 4 and the opposition's already pulling 3 guys out of the zone, it's a big difference. Edina already had their defenseman at between the red line and the blue line, and the other forward was outside the blue line.
Kohler down low. Back to the blue line for Tardy. Onto the other point. There's a shot block. There's a loose puck out in front. They jam away at it. Kohler in there as well. And no, the whistle goes, stopping play, but it is goalkeeper Chris Capson in control.
Well, the players are getting a little testy right now. Duluth East having a 5-on-3 opportunity, move the puck around the outside a bit. They didn't have anybody 20-25 feet out straight up in the middle open for a good shot. The shots are coming from the angle. That's what Edina is going to try and do to them. They want them to pass the puck around the perimeter, keep it outside as much as you can, and hope that they don't get any shots coming from straight out, either from the slot area or the point area, where the forwards can converge on the net and either deflect them in or screen the goaltender.
Burns on the face-off for East. Lost out.
Edina won 2 big face-offs on that 5-against-3. And they've killed about 20 seconds because of it.
And there is 20 seconds of 2-man advantage left. Here's Licari streaking up the left side, entering the attack zone. Licari tries a centering pass, easily picked off, but not cleared. Working into the corner is Burns, over to Stelmaker. Stelmaker to Licari down low. Back to the high point now for Tardy. To Stelmaker, fakes a shot to Licari. Centers it across the goal. What a save by Capson. Heiga will turn and deal it out of the zone.
Oh, that was a great save by Capson. He had to really come up with a big one there because Burns was right on the doorstep and got that shot away. But Duluth did not use their points till too far along in that power play. They had opportunities to get it out to the point and shoot, and they just kept circling and keeping the puck like they're doing here. They're just killing the clock on themselves.
Ross Carlson behind the go is looking for Burns, number 10. Feeds him the puck finally. Halfway up, he sends it to Tardy, back to Burns. Now down low for Carlson. Tried to slide it across, but a sprawling play broke it up by Atherton. Carlson to Licari. Licari's shot is blocked. Burns is checked. Edina lifts it off the glass. John Merrill doing the job. Now they're back at full strength. Cornelius out of the box. Make that Gerke. Gerke breaking in, but there's an offside. And whistle has gone. Players don't realize it because the thunderous volume of the sellout crowd here in Target Center tonight is up in arms.
And that's the last thing you want to have happen when you got a 3-on-1. Oh. Don't go offside. That one was very close as it was, but don't even make it close enough for the officials to call it. A 3-on-1 break, you've got to make certain that the puck carrier gets over that blue line first. They had an excellent opportunity, Edina did, after they effectively killed that penalty. And by the way, P.J. Atherton had a great shift there, blocking the passes and the shots, keeping that puck on the outside.
Boy, did he ever. Play is in neutral ice. Both teams trying to find control. Strand after it, falls. Strand gets back up. Still has the puck, 4 seconds to go. Helping out is Bob Anderson, number 15, out of Heigo. They won't have a lot of time to go. And pushing and shoving continues even after the horn goes. Man, there's no love lost between these two clubs.
Well, they both want to advance, and they've had a history of playing in big games against one another. They've played against each other all the way up, and Duluth East has 2 victories to their credit this year. They're looking for the third. Edina playing better since January 1st, and they are looking to upset Duluth East tonight. You got a great deal of emotion. You got Kurt Giles talking to the referee down there about that offside. They're still talking about it, but a real good period. It's 2-1 East. We've got a ways to go yet. Shots on goal, 19 for East, 16 for Edina, and Edina played better the last 4 minutes of that period, even though they had to kill a 5-on-3 penalty.
The way that first period went, it's no surprise the goal scoring started happening here in the middle session.
That's right. And I would expect right now that Edina is going to be more comfortable with their play. They should take more offensive chances, and Duluth East certainly has to be happy with the way they've been able to skate in this game. They got great speed, good looking forwards up front, and I'm really impressed how solidly their defense has played. They are playing strong, physical. They take the man out and they take him out thoroughly and effectively, and have done a good job helping that goaltender.
Kurt Giles is standing downstairs with Vanessa Hughes. Vanessa?
Thanks, guys. Well, Coach, you have to be pleased with that penalty kill. 5-on-3, you guys contained them, didn't allow them to put the puck in the net, and you're still very much in this game.
Well, you know, it's real important that we did get that kill, and it was real important we did get that goal. Duluth plays very well offensively, but one thing I've noticed is that Mike's got him playing very well defensively also. So it was important to get that first goal for our team against this team, and it was very important to have a 5-on-3 kill like that.
And you guys were knocking on the door so many times in that second period. You had lots of scoring chances. You finally got one late in the period. What's going to be the next step here in the third to get back into this hockey game?
Well, we're close. We're 1 goal down. We've been 1 goal down before, and our biggest thing is we need to continue to put pressure on them, not let them take the play to us. We've got to take their ice away. We've got to penetrate the middle of the ice, get to the net, and get the puck to the net.
Lots of things, but I'm sure your guys will be up to the task. It is 2-1 Duluth East leading Edina after 2. We'll be back with more after this. Stay with us.
It's here to clear the air.
I can see clearly now.
Toyota's Blue Sky Spring Event, where great cars, excellent values, and a gigantic selection come shining through. Now, for as little as $16,875, the bold new styling of the uninhibited 2000 Celica GT can be yours. Your new beginning is here.
It's gonna be a bright,
The Blue Sky Spring Event at your Toyota dealer.
Open up big savings on Mastercraft Storm and Screen Doors by Larson at Menards. The triple track door has glass that opens at both the top and bottom for maximum ventilation. On sale, just $97. Quick set Titan lock sets feature a lifetime mechanical warranty. This passage set is on sale, just $7.99. An entry lock with a lifetime bright brass finish is only $16.99. Lock into low prices at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
This
is who you are. This is what you eat. Restaurante, chips for those who've grown wise. This is who you are. This is what you eat. Restaurante, chips for those who've grown wise.
Even with its impressive power, remarkable handling, and legendary capability, Jeep Grand Cherokee can still be leased for just $359 a month. Maybe that's why everyone's going out of their way to get a look at it. The $359 a month Grand Cherokee lease. Check one out at your Jeep dealer.
I'm Angela Hampton. President Mark Yudof says he'll decide whether to sue former basketball coach Clem Haskins after the NCAA completes an investigation in June. The university may try to get back the $1.5 million it paid Haskins to buy out his contract before concluding he knew about academic cheating by basketball players. We are off to a sunny start for the weekend tonight. It'll stay clear but cold, and tomorrow mostly sunshine with highs above the freezing mark.
At 10 o'clock on April 3rd, 9 News will make a change for you.
Because at 9 News, we know the news isn't about us. It's about you, your lifestyle, what you want to know, when you want to know it. At 9 with Robin and Jeff, it's more local news than any other station. At 10 with Jeff and Angela brings you more local news with the innovative style and format you've come to expect from 9 News. And now 9 News is on in the morning, too. With Good Day Minnesota, you're never more than 9 minutes away from weather and traffic together. 9 News, it's about you. The Northland Ford Intermission Report, brought to you by your Northland Ford store.
The two prevailing themes in the 2000 Minnesota Boys State High School Hockey Tournament have been close games and also quick goals coming out of the intermission breaks, and both have been the case here tonight between Duluth East and Edina. 2-1. Duluth East going to the third. Jeff Grayson here at Target Center with the Northland Ford Intermission Report. Remember, it was a scoreless first period, but then in 24 seconds into the second, Ross Carlson got the Greyhounds on the board. So we'll see what happens coming out after this intermission if someone can strike fast as well. Tom Allen getting the other goal, and then Bo Kretzman cutting the lead to 1 as he got Edina on the board. I'm joined now once again by our Duluth broadcasting partner, Tom Hansen, Sports Director KBJR, Channel 6 in Duluth. And I know the Greyhounds going for their third state title in 5 years. They still got to get to the championship game. They make great music on the ice, but they hit the winning notes off of it as well.
The band has been here before, 6th trip in 7 years. They get 2.5 hours to practice on the way to come down to the state tournament each and every year. Our Jason Rice talked with the band members. Of course, they've played in the postseason before so many times, but East's perhaps biggest fans are their musicians.
If a hockey game gets too quiet, you can be certain the bands will get the house shaken. Sometimes it's their music. Other times, okay, most of the time, it's a passionate vocal display of their school pride. Their theory is really very simple. The louder you cheer, the better your team will do.
We're the extra man! We're the extra man out there!
Well, I mean, it's an event for the whole school. I mean, you know, the fans are into it, the band's into it, and you know, certainly the hockey players are into it. I mean, it's a great time. The whole school is just in an upbeat, and you know, we got the 3-day school week.
Perhaps that's the biggest incentive, breaks from school. A time to whoop it up, look right at a TV camera, and just be a kid. You could say that's just what band director Bill Tormenson's been doing for more than 3 decades at East. He's prepared saxophonists, trumpeters, and trombonists. He says all that playing keeps a person young.
I figured out I've been teaching 34 years. Spent about 3 school years at athletic events, and I add up all the hours, so it's been around a little bit.
And of course, the cheerleaders help visually accent what the band is playing. It's really a whole separate business, keeping a crowd and a team fired up. That's what it's really all about.
Free bus ride, free motel room, get into the hockey game for free. Get to play our heads off and scream and yell and all the rest of it. Okay. So there's an ulterior motive for some of it.
But in the name of school spirit and a chance to be a part of a team's overall success, why not? Jason Rice, News 6 Sports.
Unbelievable. Thanks, Jason. And we're right next to the band now as they're playing, but Edina's got equally a fantastic band as well.
They both do, and they both have such good programs. They get a lot of postseason practice. Thanks for that story,
No
Tom.
problem.
That's Tom Hansen from KBJR-TV, our Duluth broadcasting partner for these tournaments. We're back with more on the Northland Ford Intermission Report. It's Duluth East 2-1 after 2 periods.
Years before America's electric cooperatives forged the nationwide alliance, Touchstone Energy, neighbors built their own electric utility to power lives and communities. Now Touchstone Energy cooperatives serve millions of homes and businesses. Customers large and small get state-of-the-art technology and affordable service. From the one-room schoolhouse to the communities and businesses of tomorrow, trust Touchstone Energy, the power of human connections. We're the Touchstone Energy Cooperatives of Minnesota and Wisconsin.
When your car's running funky and you need a hand, don't worry, see your CarX man.
Hey, if you thought all CarX did was brakes and mufflers, well, you must be thinking of somebody else. We do batteries, belts, tires, shocks, air conditioning, alignment. Yeah, you name it, we're good at it.
Yeah, don't worry, see your CarX man.
Right now, get guaranteed brake shoes or pads for only $59.95. That's $59.95 at CarX.
Are you a hardcore driver? This is the Pontiac Grand Am. The only car built with solid form design. And now you can get a Grand Am solid value package with hardcore stuff like a sunroof, a CD player, and more for less. Are you a hardcore driver? Now get $1,000 cash back and option package savings of $625 with the 2000 Grand Am SE solid value package. See your Pontiac dealer today.
Great classic rock. KQ92.
Fleetwood Mac, Clapton, the Stones.
There's only one classic rock, KQ92.
Oh, the music's the greatest. It's stuff I grew up with.
100% classic rock.
Best classic rock.
Tom Petty, Allman Brothers, U2.
They don't play the same thing over and over.
The KQ Morning Show every day.
You laugh all the way to work and you get great classic rock all day.
Minnesota's 30-year home of classic rock. 92 KQRS.
The Greyhounds going for their 3rd title in 5 years. Edina trying for their 2nd title since 1997. The Northland Ford Intermission Report is back. I'm Jeff Grayson, ice level at Target Center. We're going to wrap things up here on the Northland Ford Intermission Report. When we come back, Wally and Lou will get you ready for the 3rd period. And get ready, because in that opening minute, we've had the trend of goals being scored quickly. Duluth East 2-1 after 2. Stay with us. You're watching Boys High School Hockey 2000 from the Target Center.
The Northland Ford Intermission Report, brought to you by your Northland Ford store.
Tools give you the power to achieve goals. Financial tools from U.S. Bank are no exception. They make routine jobs go faster. The more you work with them, the more confident you become. For every person, for every financial need, we have a tool. Your needs, our tools. U.S. Bank.
Remember that great taste of s'mores?
Meet me where the sun is just around the bend. Meet me at the Dairy Queen, where the feeling never ends. Meet me at DQ.
Dairy Queen's captured that taste with the new S'more Galore Parfait. That famous DQ soft serve, cocoa fudge, marshmallow topping, a graham cracker crunch. Just like around the campfire, and you don't need a stick. Only DQ's got the S'more Galore, so get over there today.
Meet me at DQ.
You lost the address?
Relax, honey.
Listen, can the testosterone and let's call for directions.
The house has a new metal roof. It'll stick out like...
Yeah, like your butt in a bathing suit. That's it. Oh, that was it.
That was a metal roof.
Solve those unwanted roofing problems today with steel roofing from Window Light Home Improvements.
That's a metal roof.
When it comes to investing, experts say look for security, the confidence of safe returns. We couldn't agree more. Chevy Blazer,
Steel ladder frame, side door beams, and this GMAC Smart Lease. A little security in an insecure world. Chevy Blazer, like a rock.
KMSP.com. Faster, bigger,
Wally Shaver and Lou Nanny back at Target Center. All the goal scoring in the game coming in the second period, Lou.
Ross Carlson forcing the forecheck and getting the puck thrown out in the slot. His line mate Burns throws it at the net. He's right on the doorstep to put it past Capson, getting them a 1-0 lead. Then we see the second play, and this is another effort by the forward in front of the net, screening the goaltender Letourneau. When Allen shoots the puck, it bounces twice, goes in the short side. Then Edina counters with an excellent play by Jenkins, feeding Kretzman right in the slot from 15 feet, just at the end of a power play, and he puts it away to put Edina on the board for the first time. And that's where we are right now, 2-1, starting the third period.
Our Smart Pages shots on goal even in the second period. A slight 3-shot advantage through the first 30 minutes of this game in favor of Duluth East. Penalty boxes are empty. First time in quite a while. It was a very chippy second period of play. A lot of minor penalties called. Duluth East going back into their own zone to fling it around the boards. Tardy doing the honors there, but back at the point. Gerke with a shot. That ricochets off a leg going wide. Edina down by a goal. Pressing early here in the third. There's Strand with a shot. It goes off the goalkeeper's glove wide. East again not able to come out. Strand once more doing the job of keeping it alive. Now Tom Swatsky getting it out to center ice. Nice stop by Burns, handing it off to Strand. Strand looking up ice, finds number 15, Bob Anderson. Jenkins can't get to it. Cornelius will shovel it in. But back come the Hounds. Weston Tardy up the boards. Driving it in. Eric Johnson after it, but Edina getting there first to clear the zone. Hornets coming back. Cornelius. Shot is on goal. It bounced. Cornelius will try him once more. Shot is wide from the blue line. Another drive blocked out in front, and here come the Greyhounds trying to come out, but a nice play by Atherton breaks it up. Boy, for a big guy, he covers a lot of ice.
Made a good play there. He just couldn't quite get that pass free because Bob Anderson was all alone, or Eastman on the right side.
Eastman, number 16, going in after it, applying forechecking pressure. But Stelmaker will have it behind his goal for the Greyhounds. Stelmaker, soft toss up the right wing boards, a little bit too far for Nelson. And Allen, who has a game-winning goal to this point for Duluth East, feeds it up to the middle. Taking it is Kettle. Rolls off his stick. He heads to the bench on a line change. In to go after it is Marmon, number 17. Is vacated out of the zone by Edina. Tardy will loft it right back in from center. Heigl behind his net for Edina. Soft pass, partially fanned on. Tardy steps up, and then he stepped down on a blast from Heigl.
Oh, Heigl made that pass, and he knew it was a bad pass. As Tardy moved into it for a shot, Heigl kept coming, and boy, did he lay Tardy out on that one. A real strong check by Heigl. A little unhappy with himself with that pass, but he followed the play up here, came right in, and look at this check.
Wow.
Those kind you remember. You enjoy giving, though, rather than receiving.
Obviously.
But Edina's trying a lot of those long passes. Again, they have opportunities to skate with that puck out of the zone, take short passes, and they're forcing too many long passes up the ice, and they're resulting in turnovers.
Burns wins another draw. There's a shot by Lecari off a leg. I'm really impressed, Lou, with a play of number 10 for Duluth East, Zach Burns, a senior captain.
Yeah, Burns has had a real good night here. He's quick. He knows what to do with the puck. He's got really the main assist in that first goal was just by him. He intercepted that pass out in the slot, wheeled, knew enough not to take time to try and set things up. He just wheeled and fired that puck right at the net. In an excellent play, and Ross Carlson got the rebound, put it away, and that's where Duluth got their first goal.
Duluth East playing an independent schedule this year, leaving their conference. Somewhat controversial up in the northern parts of the state, but from their perspective, they thought that was the best move rather than playing in a conference that featured a lot of single-A schools. Here's Lecari breaking in for the Greyhounds. He scores!
What an effort. What a great effort. Using speed, coming around the outside. Lakari, who's the leading goal scorer in this hockey club, and you can see why, breaks in, and when he cuts from the outside, he's on his forehand. Even though he's going down, he's got the presence of mind to get that shot away and beats Capson with an excellent move. And Edina now trails 3-1 because of the great effort by Nick Lakari right here. Coming from the outside, look at this. Getting knocked down, still gets the puck up and over Capson. What a play. That's what quickness does for you. He had the jump. Edina defense is too far back there, already giving up that blue line. That big gap between the forwards and defensemen gives the forwards of Duluth East an opportunity to come with a lot of speed.
Stelmaker, the defenseman, and Ross Carlson, the center, assisting on that goal. Now East clearing it out to center. Pass up ice by Wetterlin goes too far, but it does tip a stick, so no icing is called. Ooh, almost a little bit of a dangerous time there for Tardy. Wetterlin at the point, feeds it over to Gerke, trying to play it off the boards. He's tied up, does roll it down low. In behind the net, Edina's Ryman putting it out in front. The big guy's there, 22, Budish, trying to feed it back to Ryman. He was cutting to the net. Ryman does get there, feeds Budish again down low. Budish and Tardy tie up, but Budish flies it out of there. Big reach by 22, Josh Budish. Now 3-on-2 coming back the other direction. Here is Johnson with a shot. That goes wide off the glass. Ricocheting out to center. Eastman playing it up now for Bo Kreutzmann. Back it comes with Bill Jenkins, who'll drive it in. A little bit of a problem there for Haney to handle it. Edina really needs a press now, trailing by 2, 11 minutes to go in the third period here from Target Center. Semi-final hockey. We still have one more game tonight. It'll feature Hastings against Blaine. Out to neutral, and falling was Marmon. Cornelius picks up a loose puck for Edina, feeds Heigl. Heigl trying to center, nobody was there. Stelmaker. Headman pass off the stick of Tommy Kohler. Kohler will get it back once more. Now Edina's defense. Long pass, bounces away, and apparently that's going to be an offside at the line. Timeout on the ice. Duluth East has doubled the lead here in the third period.
It's here to clear the air.
I can see clearly now.
Toyota's Blue Skies Spring Event, where great cars, excellent values, and a gigantic selection come shining through. Now is a great time to treat yourself to the personal luxury of the award-winning 2000 Camry Solara, a Consumer's Digest Best Buy. Your new beginning is here.
It's gonna be a bright,
The Blue Skies Spring Event at your Toyota dealer.
Duluth East still fresh legs, using the whole bench. Coach Mike Randolph feels very confident in all four lines, and it's given him the kind of speed and effort that he needs from all those forwards. And speaking of Mike Randolph, Wally, he, as you were saying, moved into the independent conference, made the decision for Duluth East to go independent, but he said one of the reasons why, he says last couple of years they were getting into situations where they'd go running time in the third period because he had leads from 9 to 12 goals. So he said he was starting to lose the interest of the players, and some of the players wouldn't come to Duluth East because it was affecting their play. So he wanted to give them a tougher schedule, and the only way to do that was go independent. He feels that it's the best for the kids, and it also gives him the opportunity to get good kids to play for his hockey club.
He also brought his team down to the Edina Classic Hockey Tournament over Christmas. Edina lost all 3 games in that, but what was unique about that tournament is they played 20-minute periods. High school hockey is normally 15.
Well, that's what Mike has felt has really helped this young team. The 20-minute period tournament he played in, the exhibition games he played, and the tough schedule he played. He played 7 teams that he felt were going to be capable of beating the state tournament. He wanted to give these kids some experience very, very early on to have them develop a maturity quickly.
Lakari breaking into the Edina zone. Has Nelson with him, number 18, who goes to the front. Now helps out in the corner. Ross Carlson pokes it there, but taken away from him by Wetterlin. Now Lakari fires. That was a screaming shot that carries off the end wall right back to neutral ice. Greyhounds back to chase it down in their own end. Allen with it. Leaves it into the other corner. Popped out to center ice. Lakari will just shovel it in. And he'll head off with his line mates as East changes their forwards. With time, Atherton moving out of his zone. A pass is a little bit behind Kretzmann. Greyhounds will shoot it in, but Amadio wasn't across center yet, and that'll be icing against the Duluth East Greyhounds. General Motors indicating a 3-1 Duluth East lead.
So what's on for today?
Boss wants you, me, and Charlie to take the new Silverado and move them bales.
Is that Charlie?
Chevy Silverado has the most powerful V8 of any 4x4 pickup.
Then we gotta water the herd.
300 horses make it more powerful.
If there's any daylight left, we'll take Norm up to see the ladies.
More powerful than Ford and Dodge. That's why it's the truck. Silverado from Chevy.
Well, guess that's enough for today.
Clock winding down, 9:14 to go here in the third period. Edina trailing Duluth East by 3-1. And Edina's got to get some offense going here because they have not been effective this period.
Atherton with the big cannonading shot. It's right on goal. And he held long enough by Haney to draw the whistle.
That's the kind of plays that Edina needs. A great move by Atherton at the blue line. He faked the shot. He was able to walk in. He had a screen set up in front. Alvin, who won the draw, went to the net, as did Buddish. You see the draw coming back right here. Look at the good move by Atherton. Fakes the shot, walks around the man, and now he's got a lot of congestion in front, but he gets a shot on net. A good save by the goaltender, and Edina just looking for the rebounds right there. That's the kind of effort that they need. They've got to give the goaltender something to handle, get some shots on net. Haney's been very tough in the net for Duluth East, but they've got to make him handle more shots than he's handled, and I mean good shots.
Ross Carlson breaking out, ridden under the play by Gerke. Popped right back in by Tardy. West Tardy. Tardy will intercept the pass at center. Waits for the zone to clear, shooting it right back in. Trying to hustle in after it. Oh, nice collision there, but Eric Johnson got the worst of that. Edina's Steve Cornelius trying to come back. It's off his skate, but carries in deep. Tardy getting there. He's on top of the puck, sprints back up, and heads off in the other direction. Good move. Nelson takes his pass. It's at the line, not out. Nelson finally does. Now here's a 2-on-1 unfolding. It's Kettle across the line, winding and firing, but he's off target on the shot. Tardy, the defenseman, had gone in. Kettle getting it back again. Kettle, spelled K-U-E-T-T-L-E. Back out to neutral ice, it's played. Seth Amadio waits for people to get onside and will drive it in. Duluth East changing on the go. Puck rolls off the stick of number 15 Anderson of Edina. He'll get it once again, still having problems finding it. Rattles it off the boards, but it turned over at the same time, and Edina can't afford to do that, trailing by 2 goals with under 8 to go. And another puck flies up into souvenir country, so we'll have a pause. 3-1, Duluth East leading, 7:39 to go in period number 3.
At Great Clips, we found a simple way to give you a better haircut. We listen to your ideas about style and fashion and taste. It's part of our ongoing postgraduate instruction at the Great Clips Advanced Training Centers, where every stylist learns how to shape and create, to look, and most importantly, to listen.
Stop. Hold it. Breathe. Now.
So that your haircut, your image, your style is always simply your own. Great Clips. Guaranteed satisfaction, guaranteed style.
Tenacious forechecking by Marmon here, laying the body on Bob Anderson. Duluth East very, very quick, forcing a play. Edina not having a good time coming out of their zone at all. Their passes are long, their passes are bouncing, and not very accurate.
2-on-1 in close, and it just misses on a pass to Marmon from Kettle. Edina's Gerke one-handed. He clears it up. Not out. Letourneau in for it. Tries to center. It bounces back in behind the goal. Wetterlin works over his man. Letourneau, Edina trying to fly to the zone. They do. Here's a pass up ice to Strand. One man to beat. Strand all tied up and brought to the ice by Amadio. Amadio. He'll get the gate. And the rough stuff continues as a fur flies here at Target Center.
And that's the kind of effort that Edina needs coming out of their zone. Started by Kretzman, a real good play. He gets it to Eastman, Eastman to Cornelius. And Amadio coming across here. He's going to get called for taking the Edina player down. This is going to give Edina another power play opportunity, a chance to close that gap. Edina was hemmed in their zone quite a bit by the forecheck of Duluth East. But Kretzman getting himself in good position down low, got that pass. Got the puck and made a nice little pass out of the zone to start that rush, and that caused a penalty. And now Edina now going on the power play.
Hornets hold it in. Faking a wrist shot as Jenkins. Another try deflected by Becker out in front. Number 13, who has seen limited ice for Edina.
Becker had a couple of good shifts. He played pretty well against Hill Murray the other night. He's only a sophomore as well. Got an idea what to do with the puck when he gets it.
Strang tips it into the zone. Becker, number 13, going in after it. He'll up against Schwatzky. Now back to the point. Atherton getting it to Heidel. Slot, shot, wide. East picking it up, and the Hound Dogs clear it all the way down.
Heidel made a good move getting himself free, and he got out about 35 feet, but he just missed the short side. And that puck comes around the board. East gets it out.
6:12 left to go in the third period. 1:02 now left in the Edina power play. Cornelius has to go flanking wide to the right. Checked into the boards as he lobs it in off the backhand side. To the point, but not out. Atherton sidestepping another check. Atherton centering. Puck clear to the corner. Moving in for it, Eastman. Back to Atherton. Let it go! And that's... He scores! Nobody knew where it was!
Everybody's looking for the puck. Atherton shot the puck. Had to maybe it even deflected off the goaltender in the net, because everyone in his building lost sight of that puck. They're all looking different places, and all of a sudden you look behind the goaltender and there it was in the net.
Except the ref. He was the only one who knew
well,
what it was.
He finally saw it in the net. Good move here by Atherton. He takes that shot. Now there's the puck. It's deflected. It goes in the air and it's going to bounce. And it lands right now in the net. It just bounced up. Look at it behind the goaltender. Goaltender's looking out. The referee sees it in the net. And Edina getting another power play goal with 5:44 to go. Just a huge goal for the Hornets. Look at that shot again and watch and see if you can see how that puck deflects up in the air.
I still
ends
don't
up
see
right
it.
behind the goaltender. Eastman will also get an assist on that goal.
Wow. Not a fluke shot, but boy, what a fluke result. Atherton makes it a close one, and it's a badly needed goal for the Edina Hornets. Now a 3-2 hockey game with 5.5 to go. There's a rising shot by Ross Carlson off the glass. Becker will play it back in behind the goal. Gerke trying to gain control. Now is put out in front by Carlson. He's still scrapping down there, number 31 for East. Gerke ducks off a check. Lobbed out to center. Becker racing in after, but Schwatzky will deflect it out of play. Wow, we got a barn burner, folks. 5:03 to go. It's a one-goal hockey game suddenly at Target Center.
UPN 9's coverage of the Boys State High School Tournament is brought to you by Dairy Queen, your Northland Ford store, and Connexus Energy.
Very important for Duluth now to maintain their composure, keep checking like they were before, because they had complete control of the period until that penalty came along, and they have got the speed and ability to put a good forecheck on Edina. Edina at the same time has got to make good plays with the puck to fight that forecheck off and maybe open up a few chances for themselves.
Will this have enough speed to be icing? No. It slid around to the other door for Kohler. He falls. Pulled back to the point. Jenkins releases. And this time Heaney will hang on to it.
And you see in front of the net, the Duluth East defenseman still doing the job. Amadio that time fighting off an effort by Ryman to break to the net to get a rebound, and he just cleared him away. Duluth East defensemen still playing strong and physical around that net, allowing the goaltender Haney to see those shots from the blue line. The defensemen are getting the shots on the net for Edina East. That's been very important for them tonight. Every opportunity they're getting, they're trying to hit the net. They've made a good effort of hitting the net a number of times. That's probably been as strong a play as they've had in the offensive zone, is a play by the defenseman to get shots on the net.
P.J. Atherton to Heigl. He has a man open in front. Budish couldn't get the puck there. Budish, the big guy. Swung around the other direction by Amadio. East will just clear it. Stelmaker not out of the zone, however. Here's Budish, 22 for Edina. Rolling it down low for Heigl. Trying to step out of the corner, but he's stopped by Stelmaker. Stelmaker now falls. But rounding the net is Burns. Cranking it off the glass for Carlson. He'll send it back to the other side. It escapes the zone. Atherton will shoot it in. Hornets tag up. Play will continue. Under 4 minutes to go in regulation. A one-goal hockey game.
And right now, Duluth East feeling the pressure. They're throwing the puck away, coming out of the zone much worse than they have all night long. They're just dumping it out or trying to, and they have another turnover.
Very atypical, but here's Heigl, deep slot, dropping it back. There's a big blast by Gerke off the glass. Heigl back to the blue line, winding up as Bill Jenkins and faking, getting it over instead to Gerke. His shot hits somebody on the way to the net, and is cleared out to neutral by Eric Johnson. It'll head all the way down, and an icing violation against East. Edina turning up the heat here on a winter's night in Target Center.
NHL hockey is coming back to Minnesota, and KMSP UPN 9 is the proud broadcast home of the Minnesota Wild.
3:19 to go. East leading Edina 3-2, and Edina putting on the most pressure they have all period long. East getting a little uncomfortable with the puck, throwing it away blindly, and Edina turning those turnovers into chances at the net.
Kohler for East. They've got 4 people rushing up ice. Retterlin back in his own end for Edina, unable to clear it. A blast from the point that hits a stick out in front and goes up into the Edina fine behind the goal.
That actually deflected off the Duluth forward, and so that faceoff will come outside. That shot was taken. Letourneau took the shot right off a skate, got deflected over the glass, and the faceoff will come outside the Edina zone.
Tommy Kohler, big guy, good skills, strong potential for the future. That big number 44 down there is just a sophomore. Goalkeeper Capson makes a play up ice. There's not any icing going to be called here. West Hardy getting back. Man, he hits the deck hard. Kohler blocks it out in front. Sees a man streaking up the left side. Tries to put it on the Marmon stick. Trying to get in. A good defensive play by Atherton. Stops that rush. Borderline. Play continues. Strand winds, fires right on. Look out. He drops it once again, and Haney having a tough time. Strand's shot rises wide. Atherton at the right point. Slides it along the wall down low. Trying to work his way out of the corner. Kretschmann unable to do so. Look at the speed now for Kettle. Look at him go. Hauled down. There'll be a penalty coming up. He still has control. It's a delay. Shot from the point right on. Kettle down on his gut trying to get control, but finally it's grabbed by Edina. And
well, we got 2:04 to go, and Duluth East will go in the power play with a 1-goal lead. So they've got something really good going for them, even if they're not scoring. As long as they maintain control of that puck, the clock's on their side. So you've got to expect at the same time as Jenkins goes off with a penalty that any opportunity Duluth gets or Edina gets with that puck, they've got to also take an offensive opportunity. You could see this. It looks like Kohler's going to be in all alone. Jenkins coming right across and just physically hooks him right down. And he gets, they called it interference, but he's got the puck. There's no interference there. Was no doubt it was hooking.
Yeah. Well, what do you do now, Lou, if you're Edina? You've only got 2:04 left in the third, and they're short.
Rather than just throw the puck out, anytime you get a chance to skate the puck out, you've got to take an offensive chance. You can't let the clock just wind down. So whenever you get control of the puck, rather than just slapping it down the ice, start moving with the puck. Look and see if there's an opportunity to skate the puck down the ice and get down there and see if you can get a shot on goal. Plus, when you start getting down around the minute or 3/4 of a minute, they got to think about pulling the goaltender. It doesn't matter to them that they lose 4-2, the same as 3-2, but they've got to make certain they get every opportunity they can to score a goal here.
East will just work it around. Gerke off the glass. It comes back out to center. Cornelius with a slight opportunity, but getting back first to regain possession is Mike Stelmaker. Coming off to the left, passing right. Off the stick of Ross Carlson. He regathers it. Carlson trying to come in. He has a man in front. Sails it. Oh, he saved it. Did you see that?
Save. LeCarry thought it was in the net. He already had a stick in the air. Capson was moving across, and somehow he got his glove on the puck after a great play by Carlson. Carlson to LeCarry, and LeCarry thought he had it home. What a good move. Look at Ross Carlson there. Perfect pass right through the defenseman. It looks like it's it, but no, there's that glove.
I was ready to say he scores.
Well, we're going to have a timeout with Edina right now. He's got to rest his players. He had a fellow like Cornelius out there Cornelius has played very well for Edina, moving up from defense to the wing this last half season. He's been up front, and he's done a good job. He just had him out in the ice. He might want him back out there. At the same time, Mike Randolph is going to tell his team just how he wants them to play for this last minute and 25.
KMSP Television has purchased the broadcast rights to the 2000 Minnesota State High School hockey tournaments. No broadcast, rebroadcast, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and account of this copyrighted telecast is permitted without the written authority of KMSP Television and the Minnesota State High School League. You can have that back, Mr. Mordhorst.
Well, Capson gave his team another minute and 25 to live by making that save.
That was the save of the tournament right there.
That was terrific. And even though, well, it was a great one by Klein last night, too, that leg save. Same type of play that it looked like it was going to be in. Klein made a great save for Hastings, but this really is a big break for Edina because they still have a minute and 25 to go, and who knows what happens even when you're shorthanded. Great play by Ross Carlson. Even though he's bothered by Heigl, he gets a perfect pass to LeCarry, and look at Capson sliding across.
Oh, wow.
And reaches back, and that's why you have to bury the puck when you get the opportunity. Don't just put it at the net, you bury it. You make certain it goes in there as hard and as authentic as you can. You've got to make sure that even though the goalie looks like he's out of position, you don't relax. You fire that thing through the back of the net. And now Randolph comes right back with a timeout, so East is using theirs.
One more game coming up yet tonight on semifinal Friday. Hastings Raiders against the Blaine Mengos. Those two teams met in the quarterfinals last year, and what a tilt that was. 13 goals in that game, and it was a 1-goal margin, and it wasn't decided till under 1 second left in that hockey game. Should be a beaut. Winner of tonight's 2 games go into the championship match tomorrow night. That game will start for the Class AA's at 8 o'clock. The afternoon game championship will feature Breck against Warroad. We'll have all the action beginning at 2 o'clock for the small school championship game.
It's going to be interesting to see who Kurt puts out on the ice right now, because even though you're killing the penalty, you got to think offense. You got to make certain you got somebody capable of scoring a goal for you. Because with a minute 25 to go in the game, there's a minute 21 to go in the penalty. Chances are you can't just hope for 4 seconds to score a goal. You got to use any time in that minute 25 that you can to take an offensive chance.
Even though you're killing, do you float somebody up?
Right now, the time's against you. Not float them out, but you have to have somebody with the hand and physical skills to carry the puck, make plays, somebody that can give you an offensive threat.
Heigl will take the draw.
You've got Heigl and Kretzer. That's 2 good ones.
Yep. And Gerke on defense along with Wetterling. The Hounds hold it in. It's played down low. Ross Carlson has it. Sends it back to the blue line for Tardy. Back in behind the goal for Burns. Puts it out in front, just off target. Tardy comes in deep. Tardy defenseman to Ross Carlson. Tardy continues to hang on. Tardy. Jack tries a stab at it Duluth East to keep possession. Back to the point. Tardy shoots. No, he doesn't. Now he buries it.
What a move by Licari. He took the pass. He waited till Capson went down. He could have fired right away. He took a look. He really made an excellent move there by just being patient. And the moment Capson went down, he went up. Right upstairs. A terrific shot. 43 seconds to go in the game. 4-2 Duluth East. And Licari does it again with a great roofer. Boy, what a shot. He was about 20 feet out. And when we replay that again, you're going to see what a terrific move he made. Here's a great pass right across there. And as you see as Capson's going down, that puck's going upstairs. And boy, was that really a terrific play. Excellent shot. Tardy made a fine pass across to Licari, and Licari, who got thwarted earlier, made a perfect move on that.
Super power play puck movement. Now Edina right back. They score! Atherton! Oh. Hang on. No goal. Gloved in. That was a... That was a huge break because, you know, wouldn't that have been ironic that the best thing that could have happened to Edina was Duluth scoring early if they would have come back and got a goal? Because then they would have 32 minutes or 32 seconds of even strength and to pull the goaltender. Exactly.
But that was waved off, and so that is a huge move.
Under a half minute to go. PJ Atherton getting it across the line.
Can't bat that puck in with your hand.
Schwatsky can't clear it. Now Licari back up the left side. He'll just roll it in deep. Content to let the clock continue its trek down to 0 with now a half a dozen seconds left. Celebration begins back in the Duluth East end of the building. Now they can do it for real. This one is over. Duluth East goes into the championship game tomorrow night.
A very solid Duluth East hockey team. Young, but effective and quick. Really fast. Great speed. Good strength back in the blue line. Very, very solid defensively around the net, and they got a good effort from Haney. Haney's had a tougher time with shots from out far than he did from in close. And the Duluth East defenseman never really gave up too many opportunities to Edina in front of that net.
What a hockey game between Duluth East and Edina. Hope you enjoyed this one as much as we had fun calling it for you. Well played by both these clubs. 1 power play goal each. And 3 goals in each of the last 2 periods. Proves to be the difference, but Duluth East coming up with a 4-2 victory.
Quite an effort tonight by this hockey club. Edina had been playing well all the way along and really were playing at their best of the year. And they come out here tonight and met an excellent Duluth East hockey club, a team that's got great speed, good presence on the ice, really has a feel for how to play the game, and a very solid effort. Not afraid to use 4 lines. Coach Mike Randolph felt it was really important for him to get fresh players on the ice at all times. And now it becomes even more important because he'll have a fresh team for tomorrow night.
Well, he really didn't get into that 4th line as much as we thought he was going to, based on his pregame discussions with us.
But he did give him a few shifts, 3-4 shifts here and there, and was enough to just spell the players that he wanted to. I think the real key is that he's got confidence. Even if there was an injury, it doesn't matter who it is. He's got players out there that he feels very confident being able to put them out. A great effort, though. Edina East came a long way. Tremendous coaching by Kurt Giles and his assistants Blueston and Tom Carlston, and they brought that team a long way. From Christmas on, they have really developed into a fine team. They had a lot of difficulty moving the puck out of their zone. That was their biggest problem tonight. They didn't come out as a cohesive unit, and conversely, Duluth East was able to skate out of their zone with the puck, and they were passing the puck much better coming out of the zone.
There's a happy gang down at one end of the building, and Vanessa Hughes is in a crowd of celebrating hounds.
Thanks, guys. That's right. I'm here with Nick Licari, one of the stars of the game. He had 2 goals and an assist. You could have easily had a hat trick out there. Made a great save on you there in the 3rd period. Let's talk about the 1 goal where you fell down and you still managed to put the puck in the net. Can you describe that one a little bit?
My line mate Ross Carlson got it deep in the corner. He flipped it out past the D. I caught it. I just pulled it ahead. I just put my head down and started skating, and I just flipped it in the net. I don't even know where it went in, so I just put my head down and skated as hard as I could and just shot it on net. Went in.
You're only a sophomore. This has got to be a thrill for you. You're going to the state title game. You guys will face either Hastings or Blaine in that title game. You beat Hastings 4-3 earlier in the season. Any preference on who you guys would like to face?
Doesn't really matter. Blaine's fast. We don't really know much about him. Hastings, we played. We beat him 4-3 in OT. Tremendous team. They're both great. I don't know. It doesn't matter. We're going to have to come out and play a great game anyways.
Congratulations, Nick. A great game for you. And we have one other player here. This is Ross Carlson. He had a goal and an assist. You can... All right, Ross. Come on in, Ross. A goal and 2 assists for Ross Carlson tonight. How exciting was that? 3rd period got a little hairy, but you guys pulled it out. Just talk about how huge this win is for you guys and what this means.
It's a big win. Edina came out hard, and they're a great, great, great team. And I was really surprised in the progress they made this whole year. So I don't know. It was hard work for our team, but we finally got it done, and it feels good.
Now, I asked your teammate Nick who you'd prefer, Hastings or Blaine. You beat Hastings earlier in the season. What are your thoughts on who you guys might like to face tomorrow night?
I don't really care. They're both going to be a good team. It's going to be a good game anyways, so we just have to give it our A game when we get there. So it doesn't really matter. We just have to show up and play hockey.
All right, congratulations. I'm sure you will show up and play hockey tomorrow night. It'll be Duluth East and either Hastings or Blaine. We'll be back with much more after this. Stay with us.
Day 82. Coldest day yet. Even the dogs won't move. Still no radio contact and supplies are running low.
I brought you some cookies and some nice hot cocoa. Bye-bye.
There are a few things you can always count on. The anywhere Jeep Cherokee. It's a 2000 Cherokee Sport for $279 a month. Get all this at no extra charge. Check one out at your Jeep dealer.
I build homes. Homes designed by computer to exacting standards. Inside every wall, solid wood framing. Plenty of insulation between you and the elements. Overhead, underfoot, every home meets stringent building and energy codes. Where do you find this kind of quality and value? This kind of smart design? In a manufactured home. Created with pride from the inside out.
What's a meal to a kid? Something you have to eat to get dessert. But you've grown up. You actually look forward to a meal, especially one like Arby's Roast Chicken Club, with the goodness of slow-roasted chicken. That beats something fried and greasy any day. Plus lettuce, tomato, and pepper bacon for a taste so good, you won't care if there's no room for dessert. The Roast Chicken Club, only at Arby's. Now that your tastes have grown up.
Everyone's talking about March Madness. We too are excited about new Pontiacs at the White Bear Lake Superstore.
Just announced $1,000 cash back on any 2000 Grand Am, or lease a well-equipped SE for only $269 a month. Nearly 100 Grand Ams to choose from.
And now get a $1,250 rebate on all Sunfire coupes and sedans.
With a $2,000 rebate, save over $3,000 on a new 2000 Sunfire convertible.
Choose your new Pontiac today at the White Bear Lake Superstore.
Wally Shaver and Loon Handy back with you at Target Center. It's all over in the first Class AA semifinal hockey game, and the Greyhounds out of Duluth East defeating the Hornets of Edina by a 4-2 margin. Well played, very intense game. The physical aspect there, and a little bit chippy at times too.
There was a lot at stake in these clubs, as we said, had played each other twice before, and so you knew that there was going to be some feelings from earlier games. But with everything at stake on top of that, the adrenaline gets going, and you get a little anxious, and you like to deliver a hit rather than receive a hit. And you know, it gets a little feisty, but both those clubs played hard, and it was a fun game to watch.
Let's take a look at the Smart Pages shots on goal and the running total for the game. Edina outgunning Duluth East in that third period. A very close margin all the way through, just as expected. And our General Motors 3 stars of the game. Louis, first of all, the number 3 star in this contest, Bo Kretzman of Edina.
A real fine hockey player, and Edina's best player overall. He had a couple of opportunities there. He scored the 1 goal. He was a fellow that kills penalties, plays the power play, and gave a great effort every time he was out there. We could have also included a few other players that played well for Edina. We thought had outstanding efforts, like P.J. Atherton out there, and Cornelius always does well, Eastman, but Kretzman was their leader here tonight, as he has been most of the season.
And we can't overlook the defensive play of several players on the ice, but our number 2 star does go to a blue liner for the Duluth East Greyhounds.
Yeah, well, you could also put a guy like Ross Carlson there, who had an outstanding night up front, as did Burns, but the Duluth East defensemen were very solid and sound and physical tonight. And one of the leaders on that Duluth East blue line is Tardy, and we're giving him the 2nd star.
And a number 1 star picking up a couple of goals. We spoke with him a little bit earlier, but he displayed some blinding speed and some very opportune goal-scoring skills.
Not only that, it just seemed that whenever he was out there, he was a threat. His whole line was a threat, but his speed makes him dangerous, and he forces the defense to pull out of zones quickly. He forces them back, and he had an outstanding night, 2 goals and an assist, but he also had some great plays in the offensive zone. He was really a force out there all night long.
One more semifinal game to go tonight to decide a championship format for tomorrow. Don't go far, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We'll be back at Target Center for one more high school hockey game.
Expect hard work.
Expect knowledge.
Expect people who've crossed oceans to live here.
Expect Mozart. Expect recess. Expect me to grow like a weed.
Expect good grades.
Expect National Merit Scholars.
Expect dedication.
Expect a lot. Expect. E-X-P-E-C-T. Expect.
There's a car out there that connects you to a personal advisor for customized information and support services. Is this a Lexus or a BMW that has the executive assistance of OnStar standard? No, it's the newly restyled 2000 Catera. And now you can get a Catera with a very attractive lease. Call for important lease details. The new 2000 Catera, the power of and, the fusion of design and technology. Cadillac.
The Duluth East Greyhounds are pulling a Jack Buck, saying, "We'll see you tomorrow night." 4-2. They defeat Edina on semifinal Friday night, and the Greyhounds will play for their 3rd championship, going after their 3rd championship in 5 years. They won it in 1995, and they won it in 1998. Edina will play in the 3rd place game against the loser of the game coming up between Hastings and Blaine. And as a lot of you know, this semifinal coming up is a rematch from the 1999 quarterfinal, which had one of the most thrilling finishes in recent memory at the Minnesota Boys State High School Hockey Tournament when Dan Welch won it with under 1 second to go. I got a chance to interview both coaches. We're going to have some tape for you. This is the interview I did with Hastings coach Russ Welch about tonight's game.
Oh, what a fantastic game that was. It was like Edina and Hill Murray. I mean, 2 quality programs, well played. I mean, what can you say about that game against Jefferson?
Well, I give Jefferson credit. They really played really well, and the bounces didn't seem to go their way. That 3rd goal, their guy happened to knock it in, which was kind of a gift to us and kept us in the game, and they really outplayed us, and we feel very fortunate to stay in the game and finally get a chance at the end and win it.
What do you tell your team throughout that game? Because it was basically a 1-goal game throughout, and obviously it ended that way because it went overtime.
We talked about little things, taking care of the little things. If you do the little things right, the big things will happen. We didn't do all the little things right, but God dang, we did enough of them to win, I guess, and that's what we talked about.
You know, people may think we belabor the experience point, but Jefferson is experienced. You guys certainly are. We saw you here last year. When a team has been through things like that, obviously you don't have quite the same players because of graduation, but does it help when teams have been through things like this in the past?
Well, I think it also helps. The thing that I like to hang our hat on is we've got a lot of 2-3 sport athletes, and they may too, but I'll tell you, we got 3 sport athletes that have been in state tournaments in football, baseball, hockey, and that experience and that perseverance makes a big difference. I mean, we were down to Johnson, St. Paul Johnson in the finals, 1-0, and we're just bombing them, and we can't score. Their goalie Meldy played great, and then all of a sudden, 12 seconds left in the game, we win. I mean, I get a goal to tie it, Gerlach does, and then Kiefer gets the overtime winner. So these kids, it's experiences that you have, whether you get scratch out a hit there, you get a stolen base there, you throw the bomb, or you lay a block on somebody, or you make a big tackle, or a big sack, or an interception. When you can do those types of things in different sports, it's a major carryover for you.
You know, it's an interesting point, Russ, because these days in sports, it seems like from when kids start becoming kids, people are stressing specialization. You got to go with one sport. But you guys at Hastings defy that. I mean, in football, wrestling, basketball, baseball, hockey, I mean, it seems like in every sport, it seems like it's a variety.
Yes, it is, and we're very fortunate. We have a good run of athletes going through, and we're very fortunate they play more than one sport. And it's really entertaining, and it's really been a great time to live in Hastings and to watch these kids mature and grow, and they've given us, as you know, plenty of excitement.
I got to ask you, last year your son Dan won the game against Blaine, 0.2 of a second left, and you were there as coach and as a father. Now this time against Jefferson, it's your nephew, Dan's cousin Adam. I mean, what is it like as a coach and also as a relative to watch these kids do this?
Well, it's really fun. I mean, it's entertaining. It's good to see kids come up that work hard. They're both rink rats. Adam's the type of kid that spends time after time in the basement shooting pucks. He spends time after time hitting baseballs. I mean, he's just the type of kid that works really hard, and Dan had that same attitude, and it's good to see those guys get rewarded.
At this point now, you're in the semis. What will you tell your team? I mean, what's the routine going to be before you take the ice for the semifinals?
Well, tomorrow morning we'll try and sleep in a little bit later tomorrow, get up and have breakfast, not too late, and then kind of relax and have a good pregame in the afternoon and relax a little bit again. And it's that late game again, 9:45, and we'll see what happens.
How nice is it? I mean, you lost 3 people who are on the Gophers now, including Mr. Hockey Jeff Tafe, and here you are, you're in the Final Four of the state again, the year after losing those guys.
It's great for these kids here because 12 of these kids have never been here before. So there's only 8 kids coming back, and, you know, you got to be happy for those kids because they finally get to experience, and then everybody watching and everybody here knows it's the greatest experience in your life as a hockey player.
Good luck in the semifinals, Russ.
Hey, thanks, Jeff.
That was Russ Welch after his Hastings team defeated Jefferson in overtime in the quarterfinals. We'll be back with more, including a conversation with Blaine co-head coach Scott Bugstad in a moment as we get you ready for Hastings and Blaine on semifinal Friday.
It's here to clear the air.
I can see clearly now.
Toyota's Blue Skies Spring Event, where great cars, excellent values, and a gigantic selection come shining through. Now is a great time to move up to the completely redesigned 2000 Avalon, Toyota's premier luxury sedan. Your new beginning is here.
It's gonna be a bright,
The Blue Skies Spring Event at your Toyota dealer.
Update your bath with savings from Menards. All Peerless faucets are on sale with a $6 rebate. This chrome model is just $17.99. A single handle faucet is $42.99. Give your bath needed ventilation with a Braun fan. This fan with light also includes a heater to take off the morning's chill. On sale, just $49. A designer fan with light and nightlight is $89. Get fantastic savings at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Hi, I'm from Connexus.
How did you get in?
That's what we need to talk about. You know, a security system is a really good idea, but there's more to home safety than that. At Connexus, we can show you how to protect yourself from fire, carbon monoxide, power surges, even dust and pollen. Lock this. Connexus, you're getting more from your community energy partner.
We've made it easier to separate yourself from the crowd with a new Dodge Durango, boasting best-in-class power and room. Right now, you can lease this extremely popular Durango SLT 4x4 for only $349 a month. In a perfect world, everything would be different. Until then, see the friendly Dodge dealer near you during our Think Spring event.
Welcome back to semifinal Friday. The Class AA semifinal will be Hastings against Blaine. It is a rematch of the 1999 quarterfinals. Went down to the final seconds. Hastings' Dan Welch giving Blaine plenty of inspiration for this year. Blaine going for revenge to get a spot in the championship game. Just a little while ago, I spoke with Blaine co-head coach Scott Bukestad.
Well, Scott, here you are, another step farther in the year 2000. I would imagine, maybe it's an understatement, that Blaine is excited about this chance with Hastings.
I think so. I think last year was a lot of it's in a lot of the kids' minds right now, and it's in my mind. And I think we're a different team this year, and they're a different team. So hopefully things turn out a little differently.
How much do you mention that, or do you at all?
Well, you know, obviously it's a motivation factor, but we don't want, we have to stay in this game tonight, and it's there's a lot of different kids in the last year's game, and we're just going to try to make sure these kids are ready for this game.
How do you see this matchup? Because I think when fans look at it, sometimes you look at matchups, they see physical on both sides. I think a lot of people think this is going to be a track meet, a lot of speed on both sides. How do you see it?
I think so. I think it's going to be a pretty fast game. Both teams move the puck up the ice pretty well. You know, some of the keys, if you get that puck in deep, sometimes you can slow that down. So hopefully we're going to try to do that. But they have a good goaltender. We have a good goaltender, so it's going to be tough. I think the team speed is going to make the game pretty exciting.
What did you take away from when you watched them play yesterday? Did you get much of a chance to check them out?
Yeah, I did. You know, they played pretty well in their defensive zone. They were in their zone a lot like yesterday, but they came out on top. And one of the things they do well is they fight back. I mean, they probably shouldn't have won that game, but they fought back and they won it. So, you know, you can never count them out.
What's the mood of your kids coming into this game right now? They seem pretty loose, ready to go. What's the mood?
I think they've been waiting for this for a long time. Some of these kids have been on really close teams to get into the state championship and win in the state championship, and they're back, and this is their last chance, a lot of them. So they're really fired up and they're ready to go.
Good luck tonight.
Thank you. I just want to say hi to Jake and Max and Jesse.
There you go. And they are?
My kids.
Are they too late for them tonight to be here?
Actually, Jake and Max are my stepsons, and they're here. And Jesse's not. He's a young one. He's 10 months old.
Gotcha. Good luck again.
Thanks.
That is Scott Bukestad, co-head coach at Blaine, taking time to say hi to his family watching this game. We'll be back with more as we get you ready for Hastings and Blaine, the rematch. The winner gets Duluth East on Championship Saturday. Stay with us. You're watching Boys Hockey 2000 from the Target Center.
U.S. Bank makes getting a home equity loan fast and simple. Qualifying by phone takes as little as 10 minutes. There are no closing costs, fees, or points, and you'll like the low rates and low monthly payments. A home equity loan from U.S. Bank. It's a wonderful tool for saving time and saving money. Call and apply now.
Now there's a Chevy Venture with flip and fold seats and a built-in entertainment system.
I knew I should have taken a left turn at Albuquerque.
Introducing the new Warner Brothers edition from Chevy Venture, the most versatile minivan ever. One quick call can help you learn more.
Get $1,500 cash back on any Chevy Venture model, including the popular Venture LS. See your Chevy dealer today.
Got a gripe? Hit consumer action at kmsp.com.
Hi, everyone. Vice President Al Gore is in the Twin Cities tonight.
He touched down at Twin Cities International just a few minutes ago, and he's on his way to the Bloomington VFW for a speech. Tom Lydon joins us live from Bloomington with the details. Tom, how's it going out there?
Well, it's just getting underway right now. They've heard that Al Gore has touched down. In campaign terms, this is a real quickie stop designed to get some face time in the late local news. Given that we're here at a VFW, you can expect Al Gore to talk about his military record. He served with the Army in Vietnam. Presumably, he will also take a few swipes at George W. Bush. We do not believe he will take questions, and that is unfortunate because the Los Angeles Times is carrying an article today saying that Al Gore knew much more than he let on about the campaign soft money scandal of 1996. but he won't be taking any questions on that. Presumably, the network press corps have had a few minutes with him, presumably to ask a few questions. Either way, the Gore team is promising that he will be back many, many times over the next 8 months. It will probably be a very long 8 months, too. Live in Bloomington, I'm Tom Lydon, 9 News.
Okay, thank you, Tommy. The defense began its case in the Howie Kramer Jr. murder trial. The Brownsville man's accused of killing his 3-year-old son, Kenny, last May. Today, Kramer's father took the stand. He described his son as a proud and happy father who loved to change diapers. The defendant may take the stand sometime next week. Prosecutors accuse Kramer of wrapping the boy in duct tape, putting him in a plastic bag, and leaving Kenny in the woods as part of a ploy to win back his estranged girlfriend. The trial is taking place in Preston, Minnesota. A Minneapolis man faces 30 years in prison for stabbing his wife to death in front of her kids and causing her to fall to her death. 33-year-old Levoice Washington is charged with first-degree premeditated murder. Police say he attacked his estranged wife, Nikki, Tuesday night. 2 of her 3 sons witnessed the stabbing. Levoice Washington makes his first court appearance Monday.
The Minnesota Trucking Association would welcome a federal tax break. Congress is currently considering a bill that would suspend the federal tax on diesel fuel for about a year or until the price of oil drops. While the association as a whole is on board, some independent truckers like Don Miller are not.
Not really. I don't think it'd be strong enough to help. The state tax runs from different states have their different taxes, which some are 18 cents. You know, I mean, we're talking almost a 50% jump in fuel prices in the last 6 months.
Miller is concerned that he could lose his rig if the price of fuel goes much higher. Many are worried that higher hauling costs will make stuff like fresh produce more expensive.
There's now a Ventura, Minnesota. A judge has granted St. Cloud's petition to annex a big chunk of St. Augusta Township. But he also granted the township's request to become the city of Ventura. Township board members wanted the name changed in honor of Governor Ventura. St. Cloud gets to annex a 6-mile stretch of the township effective today. The town